Hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to y'all, and happy holidays to y'all. Okay, so I couldn't find the Santa costume. I'm pretty sure Bear ate it, so we're still in the holiday theme, though. We have the gingerbread. Let's see if I can make this work. See? I gotta do it this way. and then I'm the gingerbread. I'm the gingerbread man. It's not a reindeer, it's a gingerbread. Hello. Happy holidays, everyone. What is up, dude, bro, man, guy, the great destroyer, Pokey Strub, Dog a Myth. Good to see you. Strange man, Mason the artist. How is everyone today? So this is our traditional stream before the holidays. The gingerbread cookies are very Christmassy, right? Isn't that a holiday thing? Gingerbread, isn't it? No, am I wrong? Do I not know holidays? It is very possible. Cloud Pleaser, handing out the gift subs. Luca Ponic, Dirtbit, Visita, the Night Magnic, Lopic, and Longnap. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for me. Thank you. Can't stop me, I'm the gingerbread man. I don't know. The only problem is I know Santa, ho, ho, ho. That one's easy. What do gingerbread actually say? It's a scarecrow. Okay, close enough. It's a holiday stream. So today, everyone, we are doing some cubing. We're going to start on Magic Online, do a vintage cube, and then, I don't know, maybe we do another one. Maybe we jump on Arena and try Arena Cube. That's the plan for today. Before we jump into it, though, we got to do some Don't eat me. I'm the gingerbread man, don't eat me. Replay YouTube, that's where you'd find all the old streams, including, well, this thing's kind of hot. All the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff coming up on there. Make sure to check it out tomorrow. What are we doing for Much Brew tomorrow? Oh, we have a sweet one tomorrow. We're playing some more Devotion tomorrow, one that we haven't seen so far. So check that out on the YouTube. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. If you get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, get away, support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations always appreciated, never required. $2 more gets your message read on stream. So happy holidays, everyone. Vintage cube time. Let's jump into it. Actually, there was one big topic. I gotta hear your opinion on this, because this is the hot topic of the afternoon. I gotta know what you think about this article. So you know me. I love me some Panharmonicons. There was an article today from Sheldon Menery, the forefather, the grandfather, the Commander RC leader, creator of Commander from Sheldon, essentially. Sheldon wrote an article about Elesh Norn, which, just to be clear, is a Panharmonicon. Other stuff, too. Parika, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. We're not going to read this entire thing, but the important part is Sheldon thinks it's busted, to the point where Sheldon, one of the perks of being on the RC, I guess, is Wizards sends you the cards ahead of time, and you get to tell them what you think about them and what they should do with them. But anyway, Wizards gave Sheldon the set ahead of time. He saw Elesh Norn, and his response was emailing Wizards to tell them not to print the card, essentially. And other RC members apparently doing the same thing. So yes, it has been very interesting. So it's not. So first off, Elesh Norn. Is Elesh Norn broken? Like, is it a problematic commander card? I think it's very powerful. I think the stacks mode of it is very powerful, because you're getting the Panharmonicon and then you're getting the stacks mode for free. Is it something that should be on a ban watch list and should be like telling Wizards not to print the card or whatever? To me, that seems like a stretch. I know I'm pretty biased because I like my Panharmonicon, so I might not be the most unbiased person when it comes to Panharmonicons, because I love them. I love Panharmonicons, and I'm upfront about that. To me, it seems like a pretty big reaction. Dane Wildfire, $2 donation. I don't think the new Elesh Norn is as backbreaking as Urabrask. Elesh Norn messes with opponent's ETBs. Urabrask removes your choice of when to cast spells. Yeah, I mean, I thank you for the donation, Doug. I don't know. I think Elesh Norn can be more powerful than Urabrask, although they are like both very powerful in staxing effects. I think that Elesh Norn does shut down a lot. I don't think there's any doubt about that. RC should ban Jewel Lotus 6 times before even. It is funny to me. What is a problem, what isn't a problem when it comes to what's being banned. The other thing I wonder about is like, yeah, you can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread man. Don't eat me, please. So the other interesting part of it that's been the big topic is, what does this mean for like set design? Like, this is a standard set. This isn't a Commander precon. Does Commander have so much influence over Magic now? If a card is maybe good or too good in Commander, we should not print it. To me, that whole idea kind of blows my mind, because here I view Commander as this place where you're. I mean, I've talked about this before. I don't like them designing cards for Commander. I get that we're doing it now and we got to embrace it, but for me, the heart of Commander is like, here's these cards that were printed for Standard, or here's these cards that are printed for wherever. We're going to find a new way to use them. We're going to find these cards that were printed in Standard sets that weren't good enough, and we're going to put them in our decks, and we're going to make our own format, and we are going to, fight the power. And like, it's kind of like it's kind of like when you have the hippies or whatever that are all like, fight the man, and then they grow up and now they're the boomers that are like, give me that money, like, what are you doing, kids? What are you doing protesting? Like, come on now, like, we never did that. I see Commander kind of being the same thing, where it was this like renegade rebel format that found a way to use all the cards that other formats weren't using, and it became this awesome thing. And now it's like, we're Commander, don't print that Standard card, that could stop my Oxide extortionist. So my view of the Commander format, I guess, is I like the idea of it not being a format that's heavily designed for. So it kind of caught me by surprise that Commander has so much power that it would feel like it should not tell Standard sets on different cards like that. It kind of blows my mind. But anyway, we can talk about that as we go along. We're here to do some cubing. Cubing with the Gingerbread Man for the holidays. I agree. I mean, looking at it from a Standard doesn't even seem that powerful. I mean, sure, you can build a good deck around it, and it'll still, but I don't think it'll be a top creature. Yeah, I mean, I think you can build a good deck around it. I'm not expecting it to be shoulder good, but I do think it can be playable in Standard. Mayor discusses how some of this acknowledging that they have to have some interest, that they have to design with eternal formats in mind. I'll have to check out the podcast. Anyway, hey, what's up, John Malters? All right, we can talk about this as we go along. It's a holiday stream. Ho, 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 says the Gingerbread Man. Let's have some fun. Let's see if we do some crazy things in Vintage Cube. I mean, Wizards didn't listen, obviously, so what's the big deal? Didn't we already know that they did this? I mean, yes. I don't think Sheldon and the RC having impact on cards is a big deal. I think the idea that Commander as a format should be so designed for that you would veto Standard cards for it that's the part that gets me. It's not so much the like Sheldon designing cards fine. Like I said, I just view the RC as part of WotC. I don't know if that's fair or not, but I view them as so closely enmeshed with WotC that they're kind of just part of WotC in my mind. Whether or not that's a fair way to view it, I guess I'm not 100% sure, but that's how my mind views it. So for me, having the RC like help with cards, whatever, that isn't anything. But the idea that Commander as a format is so important that it would potentially make Elesh Norn not be printed, that scares me. All right, what do we got in this pack? We gotta pick some Magic cards here. Lantax Doretti. What's the most broken thing? I mean, Vampire Tutor's broken. Time Spiral if we want to force Storm. It's always risky to force Storm without a Storm card. Goblin Welder can do busted things. Vampire Tutor goes in a lot of decks. That could go in a Storm deck too. You want to just take Time Spiral? Are we really going for that? There we go. Now you should be able to see all the cards. You know what? I think we just take Vampiric Tutor. The cheap Tutor, if we go Storm, it's going to be good. If we're not Storm, it's going to be good. Like, Vampiric Tutor can go in a lot of different decks and give us value. Well, this doesn't... There's an Eldrazi. There's an Eldrazi, there's a Treasure Cruise, there's a Thoughtseize. I mean, the philosophy of Vintage Cube, of Holiday Cube, do broken things, stop broken things. Do broken things, stop broken things. There's no middle ground there. Like, those are the two things you're looking to do. We don't want to end up the fair deck that's not doing broken things or stopping broken things. That's the worst place to be when it comes to Holiday Cube. Eldrazi are sweet. There is a Through the Breach that could come back around. I don't think we want Treasure Cube now. I mean, Marshflats is always fine. We already have the Vampiric Tutor. Grist is good. I do like Grist. I'm leaning towards the Ulamog or the Fetch Land. Thoughtseize is also good. Let's take Ulamog. Let's take Ulamog and see. Oh, okay. That's a brain freeze. All right, chat. Should we force Storm? Vote now in the chat. This is our chance. That is an actual card that says Storm on it, and actually a pretty good one. Should we go in from here and just straight up force Storm the rest of the draft? Is that what you want to see? Is that what you want to see? Are we forcing Storm? Yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no. Storm, no. Kark time. Yes, storm it up. Brain Freeze is a pretty good Storm kill. It's one of the easiest ways to win, unless your opponent has an Eldrazi. Otherwise, in this pack, there's a Cabal Ritual that we probably get back if we're storming. There's a Signet. There's a Kirk, which we might get Kirk black. Kirk Storm would be interesting. Could you? Let's take Brain Freeze. Yeah, let's take Brain Freeze and see if we get the Carrick black. That would be the. Oh no, it's a Recurring Nightmare. The only thing sweeter than storming is trying to grind people out with a Recurring Nightmare. There is a ritual, though. We could, I mean, if we're dedicated to Storm, we can just take Pyretic Ritual. Although Recurring Nightmare is a... I love Recurring Nightmare. Recurring Nightmare is one of my favorite cards in all of Magic. I don't know if we're set up for it. A Vampiric Tutor's fine. The other two cards don't really do anything. Don't really do anything for it. Look at that art. Look at that. Oh, that art's so good. The art is so good. There's also a Karn. Leovold is kind of busted. Nightmare's too much fun to pass up. I mean, it is super fun. A Holiday Nightmare. Although, it's a very different direction than Brain Freeze. Okay, well, we'll take it. We'll take it and see what our... Oh, no. Wait, did people vote for forcing Storm or no? Because you know what's really good with Recurring Nightmare? That would be Muldrifter. Ooh, there's... Raphalos is like one of the best mono green cards. We're nowhere near being mono green. This pack... I mean, this pack has nothing for Storm anyway. Literally no playables. I guess Fable, maybe? I mean, we're all over the place here. Let's take a Muldrifter. Let's take a Ooh, Grief. Okay, Grief, Pitch, Graveyard, Recurring Nightmare. Also, Sheldon Isle is super underrated. This card's just really good. Ashen Rider also being looped with Recurring Nightmare seems kind of bonkers. If we actually get that set up. Grief is probably the correct pick. This stops broken things, and it loops with Recurring Nightmare. Ashen Rider's the big splashy pick. I don't know if I want to be blue-black control. Sheldon Isle's also good. Signets are also good. So far, we have not been focusing on mana very much. Yeah, let's take Grief. Take the Grief. Ooh, Braids. Braids is actually like kind of... Ooh, there's also a Crucible of Worlds if we want to try to Crucible lock people. Arcane Proxy. Huh. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it. So that doesn't actually work with Recurring Nightmare. Golos is kind of interesting. Braids seems like it could be good with Recurring Nightmare shenanigans. Yeah, Crucible, if we find Strip Mine or something, we could try to log them. Let's try this Braids. I feel like this Braids could... Okay. Things are coming together. Things are coming together for the Recurring Nightmare plan. Bloodghast is fine as a recursive sack thing, but Venser is kind of absurd. Okay, so I think we got a plan here. We got a plan. We're gonna try to build while the time spiral came back. Okay, maybe we're Storm and Recurring Nightmare. Hers for Graveyard Hate could be good. We can just take the Signet, I guess. Time Spiral is only really good in, it's like actively bad, I think, in a Recurring Nightmare deck. But it's fine in a Storm deck. Oh, we're going to regret taking this Time Spiral, I think. Days Arbor. Oh, Grist is perfect. Okay. All right, we know where we're going. We know where we're going. We know what we're doing. Oh, the carrot came back. Ah! Hey, what's up, Stone Raids? How are you? Okay. Okay, we'll force Storm next time. We'll force Storm next time if you want to. Yeah, Grist is so perfect. Okay, so what we want is survival of the fittest. That'd be the best. Did you see my Kiker list? New goal in EDH is to cast Fractured Identity on a Furnace of Wrath. Ooh, I don't think I have. Did you show me that one, Doug? Thank you for the cheer, by the way. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. How are you, Stone Raid? Good to see you. Good to see you. Sideboard into Storm. That would be impressive. Oh, Leovold. Okay. Well, I mean, we're getting. Yeah, we'll take a Plow Under. I don't know if we'll play it. We're getting good cards for Recurring Nightmare deck. Sultai's a good color combination because that could give us survival of the fittest. Hey, what's up, Liz League? How are you? Hey, Seth, I want to ask your feelings on Alchemy because I seem to remember when it first came out, you have some content covering it. It seemed like you didn't mind it. Kind of had it's not hurting anyone mentality. But then more recent videos and streams, you seem to be whenever you say Alchemy card, oh, well, now we have to win. But in your recent Gex video, you had a Swarm Saboteur in your deck. So I'm just wondering where your thoughts are. Dan, let me see, Doug. I'll pull up the deck list. So Alchemy, the format, is a format that I just don't play. Historic is where it gets complicated. Like when you're playing Historic, what do you do? And that's where, Metamorph's pretty good here too. That's where I'm more conflicted. My initial thought was, well, we can play Historic and just avoid all the cards that come from Alchemy. But it's been a year. There's a lot of cards from Alchemy now, and I'm getting to the point where for Historic in specific, I'm starting to think of them as like Modern Horizons cards that maybe my ideal version of Historic, well, definitely my ideal version of Historic would not have these cards, but those cards are part of the format. So my plan is to not focus on those cards, but if I'm playing like Historic Brawl or Historic and one of those cards pops up, I don't think I have the hard ban at this point from any card that comes from an Alchemy set. Are we going to see an against the odds poll of 4 Alchemy cards or whatever? That seems very unlikely at this point. Are we going to see decks like intentionally build around those cards? I haven't gotten to that point yet, so that's kind of where I'm at. Painless Quill, welcome to the Fishbowl, and it's really a matter too of what people want to see, like. That is part of it too. Painless Quill, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super, thank you. Seth, if you can pay one generic, you can't be blocked by anyone in chat unless they have ace. I know. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. My problem with Alchemy is I'm trying to push the Pro Tour format in a game where physical cards exist. I will also say, when Alchemy first came out, I did kind of view it as like an easy to ignore thing. But the thing that ended up kind of changing that was the impact on Historic. Like that, Alchemy the format is easy enough to just not play and just ignore the cards if you don't want to. Standard is a viable alternative. So it's really easy if you don't like Alchemy to just like play Standard, and it's like those cards don't exist. Historic's where it gets complicated. That's the tricky part. And when they first announced it, oh my god, that's a Black Lotus. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, Also a Grizzlebrand. I do love me some Grizzlebrand. Also a Shriek Maw, which would be good in our deck. Also a Consecrated Sphinx. Also an Edict, which would be fine. A Gaia's Cradle, which could be good. But you can't pass up a Black Lotus. You can't pass up a Black Lotus. Although now I kind of wish we were Storming. now we have a Black Lotus. Black Lotus is really good at Storm. Can we still Storm? Is there a way? Hey, what's up, Raska? How are you? Good to see you. It is a holiday miracle. We did it. We opened Power and Power Cube. I mean, this deck does look sweet, though. We need to fill out the 1 and 2 drop slot. Would love Survival of the Fittest. Yeah, turn 2 Plow is pretty good. Not bad. Recurring Nightmare really wants to be grindy for the most part. Like, that's where it's at its best. Grist fits the game plan really well. Leovold's pretty good. Kitchen Finks, like, we have a lot of cards that do work well with that. Looping Venser is very powerful. Well, Trinket Mage to find a Black Lotus. We also need to and a Braids. Oh, turn 1 Braids? Does turn 1 Braids, do we have any synergies? Not yet. Oh, Braids Tribal? Yeah, the weather's supposed to get really bad here. Braids Tribal sounds kind of interesting. I mean, if we have it, we can try to figure out how to build around it. Although we already passed the Bloodgas, which would have been really good. The Elvish Mystic would also be good. Although I guess we're not like super committed to green yet. Woodfall Primus also decent. Pretty good with the Recurring Night. We'll take the Braids. Let's go Braids Tribal. All right, so we want things that work with Braids. Braids does have sweet hair. Wow. Is that all hair? Is that Braids hair like killing people? Is that what's going on? Yeah, Ulamog is probably going to end up getting cut, most likely. Yeah, the weather here is supposed to get I don't get it. There was that one stream like 3 years ago where LSV said that Library was overrated or something, and now you get Library like 8th pick. Like, Library's busted. It's an absolutely busted card. I still first pick Libraries. Zombie, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much. It's a land that says draw a card. What could be better in all of Magic than that? Although we do really need to focus on hitting mana fixing at some point. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. Yeah, we definitely got to get mana fixing or we're going to get kind of wrecked here. Or we're going to have to start cutting green. Really want to play Grist and Leovold, though. Kitchen Finks is probably cuttable. It's a land that literally just says tap, draw a card. It's so busted. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. I don't know if that gingerbread man voice works. I've never really tried that one before. At the end of Scourge, Braids teleport herself back to the personal nightmare realm. The fact her hair is now magical and she is back is not surprising. Oh, it's magical hair. Ooh, Deranged Hermit is very good with very good with Recurring Nightmare, but I don't think we can pass up a dual land here. Green black or blue black? Blue black's probably more important, actually. I mean, if Bayou comes back, we will snap it up, but we gotta have some fixing. Or we're gonna be in serious trouble. Gravedine's really good. It is very good. But I'm very nervous that we're not going to be able to cast our spells. One of the easiest traps to fall into in Vintage Cube is just not having any fixing. You get all the really sweet cards, and then you just go like 0-3 because you can't cast any of them. Yeah, it would have been better if those were split between packs, but yeah, Hermit's good with Braids, and the other thing about Hermit is it's not really a high pick. I don't think it's impossible that we could see it come back around. Maybe not likely, but that's a Tinker? Who is in this Vintage Cube? Library, like 4th. Tinker, what is this, 8th? I don't know if we can do anything with it, but that is one of the most busted cards. Coral and Dunning, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super, thank you. Honestly, we probably got to take Scalding Tarn here, as painful as that is, in a pack that has Tinker in it. But I'm still just really concerned about our fixing. So let's be responsible. Take a fetch land here. I am surprised though. Tinker is usually like Tinker's first pick worthy. Technuma is fine. Technuma would be good. I'm hoping Technuma wheels. That would be a card that we'd love in our deck. But I'm still at the like, we really got to make sure we can cast our spell stage. I'm also a little nervous about the fact that all of our cards cost 3+ mana. If we don't have Black Lotus, things might be sketchy. We'll take probably Tar Pit. I mean, we could take a Signet. Terastodon also. The good news is we're seeing a lot of stuff that we wouldn't mind in our deck. We're going to have plenty of playables, but do I still play Snap? Not nearly as much. Once in a while. I played it a bunch around when we went to Vegas, and Krim and Richard were super into it, but I haven't played it as much recently. Oh my goodness, did any of you play Hearthstone at all? For some reason, every maybe once a year, I'm going to try some Arena, Hearthstone's draft mode. My God, was that a mistake? There's a new hero. There's a new hero, and it is unbelievably busted. It's no. Oh boy, the tendrils too, and a high tide. Oh, this is actually. Can we birthing pod? Could this be a pod deck? Yeah. If you played an Arena, the Death Knight thing is so ridiculous. Can we birthing pod? Sack Kitchen Finks, get a Braids, get a Venser, sack a Venser, get a Muldrifter. You know what? I don't know if we're going to play it, but the rest of this pack, I don't think we're going to play any of the cards. So let's take it. We might play it. Did you guys delete your Facebook? No, there was some issue. I don't think Lotus Petal's good unless you're kind of storming, really. Too temporary. The mana production is just too temporary. My God. I do not understand. Apparently we saw Tinker a couple picks ago, and now Tolarian Academy. Apparently no one is trying to draft an artifact. I mean, the sad thing is, as we're saying this, we're kind of going to do the same thing, because we also can't really play Tolarian Academy, but... Oh, yeah, we were talking... I think, actually, this Witherbloom command's probably not bad. In Vintage Cube, blowing up a non-creature, non-land to a mana value 2 or less, actually kind of good because of all the signets and Moxen and whatever. Yeah, the artifact deck, I don't understand what's going on. Apparently, just no one is playing artifacts. Tinker and... That's like the most busted deck of 20 years ago in Standard, all coming around at once. Huh. I do love Mana Tithe. We're pretty far away from those colors, though. Consecrated Sphinx, we could pot into it. Chalice, we still have like 0, 1, and 2 mana plays, which is very scary. Edric is fine, but we have 0, 1, or 2 mana plays. I would probably take Vraska, actually. I think it's Vraska or Chalice. Or Sphinx. You know what? Let's take the Sphinx. Sphinx is good top end. I do like Sphinx. We got a new donation from Winter Milan. $6.90. Nice donation. Thank you so much. Thanks for the holiday contest, Seth. Remember, take a break sometime. Yeah, this is... So next week, I'm not sure what the streaming schedule is going to look like next week. Might miss some stuff. After this weekend, things are going to get pretty busy with the holiday stuff. You know what? We'll take the Trinket Mage now. It works with Pod, and it gets the Black Lotus. Maybe we find one other... If we get one other target, it could be worth including. Thank you so much, Winter Milan, for the donation. The Gingerbread Man. Thanks you. Yeah, so I don't know. I assume most... Wow, in Metal... There's like a 10 out of 10... There's like a 10 out of 10 artifact deck just like... flying around the table with the last picks. Metalworker, Tinker, and Tolarian. I mean, at this point, we're going to take it because there's probably someone sitting next to us scarfing up all these cards. It's just going to be... just going to have the most busted deck. Oh my god, the Bayou came back. That's actually huge for us. Okay. That's, oh, let's see if we can get the Take Numa too. That seems like something no one else will want. So we probably get Take Numa back. All right, I think we mostly solved our mana issue. We could still, I mean, you're never gonna have too many dual lands in a powered cube. We would still take more, especially another fetch land. But with the fetch land and I've never seen this before. Okay. Tolarian Academy this pack. That's literally 13th pick. 13th pick Tinker. Well, I mean, there is some chance that we play the Tinker. If we can find a big artifact to Tinker into play, that is mind-blowing. This is like literally one of the strongest cards in the entire history of the game. Oh my god, and the Tendrils. Oh, we could have been Storm. We could have been Storm. All right. Well, I don't even know what we want here. Power? You never say, oh, Upheaval. Oh, one of my all-time favorite cards. One of my all-time favorite cards. Cityscape Leveler is an artifact. We can tinker into it. The problem with Upheaval is we just don't have the ramp. We just don't. We need to fill out the bottom end of our curve. I mean, I guess Upheaval's kind of, or Lotus is kind of ramp, but I don't know if we can LED in this deck. A safe pick is just to take a land. Our deck's looking a little fairer than I was hoping. We don't really have ways to fill our graveyard. Yeah, this is a little sketch. A little. I mean, the Breeding Pool or the Blooming Marsh should be fine. Breeding Pool is probably better in case we get a fetch land. Yeah, lands are boring, although we're not really passing up much. It hurts to pass Upheaval, but we're like so far away from being a good Upheaval deck. Upheaval really wants a lot of ramp, and we just do not have. Yeah, we'll take the land. We just don't have the ramp to make it work. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is a little more interesting. Mox Diamond is fine. That's ramp. Sylvan Library is always fine. Mana Leak's not the end of the world. Also Overgrown Tomb, but I promise we're not just going to take lands every pick. I promise we're not just going to keep taking lands. Dismember's also not bad. We wouldn't mind having like a removal spell. Probably Mox. Like, more fast mana the better. And if we do end up being able to play Tinker, that's not the worst Tinker target. Yeah, let's just take the Mox. Also, I wouldn't mind the Hornet Queen if it came back around. Ooh. Well, we have the best 4-drop in all of Magic. Sheoldred. There's also a Jason Mind Sculptor here. Which is fine. Not Sheoldred, but it's decent. Turn 1 Jace off Black Lotus sounds sweet. Turn 1 Sheoldred off Black Lotus also is probably unbeatable. Honestly, the correct pick is almost assuredly Noble Hierarch because our curve is pitiful. But it's such a boring pick. Yeah, Hierarch is the correct pick. But look at all this sweet. I guess we need our deck to function. When it comes down to it, we do need our deck to function. And so far, we're not super close to our curve functioning. I mean, now we have turn 1 Noble Hierarch. Better. Jace Mind Sculptor. Better than all except turn 1 Noble Hierarch. Here, I think we have to take Baleful Sticks, too. Baleful Sticks is actually really good with Recurring Nightmare, and it's a 2-drop. So our curve is, ooh, Gix. Gix. Can we do anything with a Gix? We have a lot of 3s. I guess Spell Pierce would be fine. Wall of Roots actually would be fine, too, just as a ramp/curve piece. Yeah, Sphinx is not a high tier enough artifact, I don't think, for us to tinker into. I think we need something better than that if we're going to try to tinker here. Because our deck, we don't have that many artifacts. Strix does help, I guess, with tinker. Yeah, artifacts are just so open. Search does get things in the graveyard, that's true. I mean, Grim Monolith is super strong, but I think in our pod / recurring nightmare deck, Wall of Roots is probably just stronger. Interesting. So we get another land. There's also Bolas's Citadel. There's also just Llanowar Elves, which, honestly, Llanowar Elves is probably, again, the correct pick. Fiend Artisan's also good. I don't know if I rank it as high as Citadel or Llanowar, though. Yeah, curve is what we're trying to fix here. So we took busted cards, and then we took lands in Pack 2. Now we're trying to make our curve work. Elf is a reasonable, albeit not that exciting pick. Oh, man. Oh, wait, we can Tinker. You know what? I'm going to take Citadel, and I'm going to move Tinker into the deck. I think that's enough to make me want to Tinker. I think. Phantasmal Image is sweet. A Finger Minder. That's one of the cards we wanted because that works with our braids. That's our braids piece. That's one of the cards we actually really needed to make the braids work. Now we can sack the snake every turn to our braids, lock our opponent out of the game. Okay, those are some good... people. Those are some good last picks. Those are some really good last picks. So we have plenty of playables, right? If anything, we're going to be cutting cards. Yeah, we got plenty of playables. Oh, Slaver. Yeah, Slaver is interesting too. It is getting people in Mind Slaver is super fun. Honestly, it's probably Blooming Marsh. Make sure the mana works. Yeah, maybe Lounge would have been better. I'm worried about having green mana early. Yeah, I think we just have to take the Blooming Marsh there, sadly. I mean, our deck already has some sweet things. So what are we cutting from our deck? Wow, Overgrown Tomb? Hornet Queen we can get off of Sphinx with a Birthing Pod. And it does work with... are we even playing it? Are we even playing Hornet Queen? I think we take the Tomb. I don't know if Hornet Queen... We already have so many playables that I don't know if Hornet Queen even makes our deck. Hey, so I've been watching old videos from Theros Beyond Death and Ikoria. My mind is blown how much Arena changed with the visuals, the cards in 2 years, and no one speaks about it. By the way, love those videos. Hey, thanks. Yeah, we get way less animations now. I mean, this deck looks okay. I don't know what we do against combo. If we run into like a combo deck, we probably just get stomped, but I'm the gingerbread man, obviously. I'm a gingerbread cookie. Can't stop me. I'm a gingerbread man. Bear. I think Bear ate the Santa suit. At least, I don't know. One of the great things I've learned about having Bear around and him eating so much is if I'm ever unsure what happened to something, I can just blame him for eating it. Where's that Santa outfit? I can't find it. Bear, did you eat that? And the funny thing is, I don't even think it's unfair because the answer is usually yes. Yeah, if I pay the one, I can't be blocked. And unless you have haste. If you have haste, then I'm out of luck. But happy holidays, Shark Boy. Good to see ya. All right, chat. What do we think about this deck? And what are we cutting from this deck? We got to cut 5-ish cards. I mean, we could cut the Tinker. So we're tinkering for Bolas's Citadel, basically. What is not getting cut? Mox, this. Witherbloom, maybe. Unsure about the Signets. I mean, we need the creatures to make our recurring nightmare / pod plan work. This deck is a little fair. Maybe we can probably put Kitchen Finks in the sideboard. Could maybe cut Trinket Mage. Metamorph Fencer. Not cutting Braids. Keeping Grief. Keeping Pod, even though maybe we shouldn't. I guess Plow Wonder. Plow Wonder is one of those fun cards. I don't know if it's a good card here or the best card. I guess these would be the cards I'd be considering cutting. Kitchen Finks, I think, can go. We have enough threes without Kitchen Finks. Oogie Boogie from the Nightmare Before Christmas. Hey, I mean, the idea was to be holiday themed, so I will take it. Actually, Kaido is kind of decent. Ooh, Fiend Artisan can't. Okay, oh, now we gotta think. Those are a couple more cards. Actually, Kaido might be good enough to play. That even loots things into the graveyard for Recurring Nightmare. I kind of want to keep the Tinker. What do we think about the Signets? Oh, where are we at with Signets? Cut a Signet? I guess it's a 26. We still need to cut like 2 more. Maybe we can cut the Witherbloom command. Maybe that's actually just... I don't think it's essential. We can probably cut the Witherbloom command. We gotta cut at least 1, maybe 2 more cards. Yeah, the Signets are only okay, I think, in this deck. Although they are just powerful. We might regret playing the Braids. I guess, like, what about Birthing Pod? Is Birthing Pod actually worth it in this deck? It's not like we have a combo. Cut a 4-drop. So Hero's Downfall. Oh, actually, what about Hero's Downfall? It's usually good to have a removal spell. We don't have any real removal in the deck. I mean, this doesn't look horrible. It looks a little fair. I mean, maybe we cut the pod and keep the Fiend Artisan. Fiend Artisan is kind of pod. And it's a creature. Cut the Signet too. I would cut the 4-mana Braids. I mean, that's probably correct, but I don't think you're going to convince me. Cut the Vamp Tutor. Is the Vamp Tutor worth it? It worked really well with Bolas's Citadel. Otherwise, what are we tutoring up? Maybe Tinker? Maybe Recurring Nightmare? Yeah, I guess Vamp Tutor might actually not be that good. Yeah, Storm ended up being open. Artifacts, actually, we didn't know until like most of the way through Pack 2, but Artifacts were so open. So we probably have to cut 1 more card. Leovold's pretty good. I don't think we want to cut Leovold. Vamp saves us in a pinch. That's true. I mean, it does always get our best card. Maybe with a little bit of a delay, but... I think I want to keep Tinker because it... Well, maybe we got to cut Tinker. If we're cutting Signets, we have, what, 3 artifacts? Tinker's going to be a dead card a lot of the time, isn't it? King O Sharks! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Thank you. Muldrifter. No. I refuse. I gotta play him now before Elesh Norn comes down and ruins them forever. Hey, see Izzy, thanks for hanging out. Metamorph is an artifact. Maybe Tinker's not worth it in this deck. Yeah, I feel like we just don't have enough artifacts to make it work. If we had more artifacts, like, you do have to sack an artifact. Black Lotus probably doesn't want to be sacked to Tinker, so we have very few options. You know what? Let's go down the Tinker. I mean, that was not a card we were really planning on playing anyway. Let's see, add some lands. So what do we think about this deck? Where are we at with the overall power of this deck? Black, green, black, green, black, green. So 1, 2, 3. Blue, black, green, blue. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Maybe something like this. That doesn't look bad. All right, what are we getting? What are we getting with this deck? Tinker is worth. I mean, Tinker's so sweet, but you gotta have artifacts. You gotta have artifacts. Without artifacts, Tinker doesn't do anything. The other problem is Ulamog. Like, Ulamog shuffles our graveyard in, which is awkward with Recurring Nightmare. 1 and 2 doesn't. You know what? Let's try it like this. I think our plan is if we get 2 losses Then we'll go on to the next draft. Only 3 rounds. Only 3 rounds of the draft. I mean, 3-0 that would surprise me. It'd be sweet. We'll go for it. I'm guessing 1-2 or 2-3 would be the most likely. Top end feels light. I mean, so how are we gonna win with this deck? What we really want to be doing: lock you with Braids, lock you with Venser. Those are probably our most likely win cons. Consecrated Sphinx can just win the game, but why did you stop doing Pauper content? So Pauper, we used to have Jake used to do stuff for Goldfish. That was a long time ago, and Jake started doing Pauper. He had a regular series, but then Jake stopped doing content, and then Pauper got less consistent. I did Pauper on occasion, and I still probably will on occasion, but I just haven't been playing Pauper recently. I think Pauper, I would say this is a pretty fair hand, a super fair hand. We're going to mulligan. Well, that's less fair. Okay, swamp to the bottom. Okay, I mean, maybe opponent starts with a box. We got the Black Lotus. Yeah, I guess we gotta go on library value plan pass the turn. I think two things kind of happen with, oh, come on now. I think 2 things kind of happen with Pauper. With one being, we just got more formats. Arena came out, so now, along with the old standbys, we also have like Explorer and Historic. So that's one thing. Just more formats competing for this. I really wanted to draw many cards with that library. More formats competing for a finite number of videos. The other thing is Lotus Bloom. Is our opponent trying to storm? Our opponent might actually be trying to storm. Mole Driftaw. Okay, so we have a Black Lotus. Opponent is a blue deck. Let's do this. Let's Underground Sea. Wall of Roots. Pass it. I think our plan is to try to Bolas's Citadel. Yeah, I think that's our plan. Vampiric Tutor for Bolas's Citadel. Play it off the Black Lotus. The problem is if our opponent has a counter, we're going to be very, very sad. Island. And our opponent is literally mono blue. Okay, Vampiric Tutor. And opponent Spell Pierces. Well, that would have countered the Citadel. Okay, play the land. I mean, I guess we can run out Muldrifter. That's something. Take an island. Let's run out the Muldrifter. Draw some cards, and then next turn we can Venser. Muldrifter, draw 2. There's the recurring nightmare. Okay, things are starting to look up past the turn. About it. Taking down the Lotus. Spell Seeker. Uh-oh. What can they get? Ancestral would be bad. High Tide. Okay, so opponent's definitely trying to storm. Ooh. That's a really good draw. That's a really good draw. Hey, what's up, Soda Master? How are you? Any special reason you've not been playing Explore on YouTube lately? Tomorrow's video is actually Explore. It just kind of comes. It really is based on the season. Like, we get a new set, usually play a lot of Standard, also play Pioneer and Modern, and then we got the Explorer Anthology, so now there's been more Explorer stuff, so it's really just, there's so many formats. Lotus is going to be good here, I think. I think we need the Lotus, actually, because we want this Venser, or the possibility of Venser. All right, so play the land. Grief. Hard cast. Take a peek. What you got going on over there? Storm deck. Echo of Eons, Consecrated Sphinx, High Tide, Time Spiral. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, about that. It's a lot of good cards. Those are a lot of good cards. I don't even know what to take here. Take the High Tide and just try to keep him from casting the big stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you know what? That actually kind of makes sense to me. So we take the High Tide. We play the Black Lotus. We hit you for 3. Wow, we were playing this so fair. Boom. Take the Drifter to the face. So now we can Venser. I think we let the Lotus Bloom go. And then if our opponent plays something big, we just Venser it. We need a way to get a creature in a graveyard. I guess that would have been an upside of evoking the Grief, but we would have had to pitch the Recurring Nightmare. Opponent draws a land. Consecrated Sphinx. Well, yeah. Venser it. For now. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. We need something good. We need something good. Opponent's going to start doing big things. Opponent passes. That's actually interesting. Actually, we should attack first. Because our opponent might block. That's a way to get things in the graveyard. Go attacking. Opponent takes it. Well, braid ya. Let the sacking begin. Opponent passes. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. Opponent. Gonna sack the Spell Seeker, I assume. We get things in the graveyard. We can start doing our combos. Anna Begent. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you, thank you, thank ya. All right, opponent. Consecrated Sphinx. Sure. So we will Braids. Sack Venser. Draw our own Sphinx. Play Recurring Nightmare. Wow! Oh my God, they're gonna win. Wow. What a draw for our opponent. That was their draw off the Sphinx. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah, I think now our opponent wins, right? Now they get to, oh, and they top, wow. I will say our opponent drew incredibly well here. They didn't have any lands in hand, and they drew all the lands. They drew all the lands they needed, and then they also hit the counter spell. Now our opponent gets to draw all the cards, and I think they win. I mean, but our opponent gets to draw literally every card here. They can draw their deck. Wow. Oh, well, apparently our opponent had haste because they blocked the gingerbread man. Oh, that was so brutal. I mean, we saw our opponent's hand and they did not have those lands. So we know their draw was land for the turn into off the Consecrated Sphinx, force of negation land. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Opponent. I mean, we probably bring in the brain freeze. Oh yeah, they're not going to mill out from the Sphinx. They don't have to draw with it. They just draw enough that they storm off and kill us, I think is the plan. We don't have any way to interact with it. Oh, that force of negation. We're going to be able to, oh, it's going to be so good. Venser, bounce the Sphinx, off the Grief, get back the Grief, take the Sphinx or whatever else from your hand. Opponent. Well, now we wait. Oh, so was interesting. Opponent. High Tide. I kind of want to scoop because I don't know if we want to sit through this. I feel like they're like very likely to kill us, but at the pace our opponent's playing, it's very likely to take them like 15 minutes. So anyway, what are we doing for what are we doing for the holidays, everyone? How about that Elesh Norn? Favorite Christmas cookie? Are there really any good Christmas cookies? Okay, opponent's going to Arcane Proxy is blue, a High Tide. Recast the High Tide. Opponent gonna go attacking. Does our opponent not what are they? They need a little extra damage? I'm so confused. So each island's tapping for infinite. I mean, even if we untap, it's not like we get to do anything great. I don't see what makes Elesh Norn bannable. So you're, yeah, I don't really get it. I mean, is it a potentially powerful card? Yeah. Could it be annoying? Yeah. But it's just like the commander ban list blows my mind. I really don't understand. Like, why would Elesh Norn be bannable? I guess I just don't understand the rhyme or reason of it. Like, what about Dockside Extortion? What about all these other like just super busted cards? Why that one? It's a 5-drop. No, it's not pre-ban, but there was an article from Sheldon, who heads the rules committee today, that is in charge of the bannings, that basically said he told Wizards not to print the card when he saw it, and then basically made it sound like it's on a watch list to be banned, if that makes sense. I'm trying to see what was the actual wording. We saw the card during design. Normally, we see the file, we make our comments, and we send them jointly in a week or two. As soon as I saw the card, I sent an email saying, please never print this card. Shortly thereafter, I found out it was the only one of us who had done that. We, of course, then talked about it together and reiterated our point during the joint feedback. It's not a healthy card for Commander. This card does not look like it's going to offer a positive play experience. How do we die? Oh, we sat through all that and it was Thassa's Oracle. That's not even Storm. That's like the boring. Oh, wow. Now I'm doubly salty that we lost. I thought we were going to lose to our opponent doing something cool, but no. It was just a Thassa's Oracle after all that. The card doesn't look like it's going to offer a positive play experience. It's dangerously designed and then pushed mana-wise. I get that it's a main set card, not a Commander product, and I return to the recognition that everything has to be designed for Commander in mind. I'll also point out that it would be tremendously naive for a designer or design team to ignore Commander's existence when designing cards. Further, I have concerns that the design of the card getting through may impact the design of future cards. The good news is that they can design whatever cards they want to, and we have remedies in place should things go awry. Although, to be clear, I'm not suggesting they will, just that the possibility exists more strongly in this card than others. Offered some insight into how the RC operates and thinks strategically. I'll point out that most of what I said here is personal opinion, blah, blah, blah. And then somewhere in here it says, basically we got to watch it for a couple of announcements and see what happens. I don't know. I don't really understand it. Bring in Plow Wonder. Can we actually sideboard in anything? Do we have any meaningful cards? Brain Freeze I thought was going to be good, but I don't think it actually is if they're winning with Thassa's Oracle. The idea would be they storm and then we get them by Brain Freezing after they storm off. But But I don't think we actually want to go that direction since their Thassa's Oracling. Plow Under seems like it just gets countered. We saw Spell Pierce and Force of Negation. I think we just run it back. I honestly think we just got a little unlucky. Got a little unlucky that game. Huh. Another hand with Black Lotus, but not really anything to do with it, unfortunately. I guess we can Black Lotus out of Braids, but that doesn't seem exciting. I mean, we're going to keep it. We do have the Vampiric Tutor, but we don't have the black mana for it. Well, I mean, I guess we're just running out the Noble Hierarchy. Go. Do you think Brain Freeze would be good even against the deck that's trying to win with Oh, I really want to get down. I really want to get down the Bolus's Citadel. How do we fight through the counters, though? Yeah, I guess we pass and just Vampiric Tutor and go from there. You would get the Leovold? I mean, I guess the Leovold would play around. Would play around the Spell Pierce effects. And Force of Negation. Each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. You know what? I think that probably is correct. Especially with Ancestral ticking down. So get the Leovold. Play the land. Let's play Black Lotus. Who knows? Maybe they got a mana leak or something. Yeah, how was an Earthquake, Megacarp? That is, how close to you was it? All right, Leovold down. Hit ya. Leovold is one of those cards that I'm glad is banned in Commander. It's just too easy. Too easy to combine with wheels. Opponent Spellseeker. Did you have any damage or anything? 25 miles. That's not very far. One of the upsides of being from upstate New York is earthquakes is one of the things you usually don't have to deal with. Snowstorms, windstorms. We're actually supposed to get a pretty bad storm overnight. Supposed to have like 60-mile-an-hour winds and freezing. It's going to be like 40 degrees, so everything's going to melt, and then it's going to fall to like -10 or something and have 60-mile-an-hour winds. Sorry to be naive, but if a format can support Soul Ring and Mana Crypt and Dockside, New Norn shouldn't be even close to the conversation for being banned. I mean, so I think there's some merit to the idea that Elesh Norn is an unfun card. I think that the amount of hating that it does, against just commonly played cards, it is going to be very annoying for people. Nuts Dog, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Like, if you just look at, and we'll look at this in just a minute. Let's play the land. Let's run out Braids. And is there anything we can get off the Spellseeker? I don't think so. Well, pass the turn. Sack a land. Pass the clones for days. I do think there's potential for Elesh Norn to be an annoying card to play against. If you just look at the most played creatures in Commander, it does shut down a lot of them. Like, Wow, opponent cannot beat the Leovold. Okay, not getting Oracle this time. If you just look at the most played creatures, So discount the Mana Dorks, Eternal Witness, Norn gets it, Dockside, Norn gets it, Baleful Strix, Solemn Simulacrum, Sun Titan, Avenger of Zendikar. I feel like there's more that I feel like there's more that I am missing. But even that's a pretty big list. Stuff like Wood Elves, any of that ETB style stuff. So that's just getting straight up shut down. Imperial Recruiter gets shut down. So it does incidentally hate on a lot of things. And I'm sure I haven't really looked as hard at the other types, but I'm sure there's some like ETB utility artifacts or whatever that are drawing a card when they enter the battlefield. So the Great Henge, ETB, creature comes into play, draw a card. Like, so it hates on a lot of stuff. So I think that there is a concern that, oh yeah, landfall as well. Land entering the battlefield wouldn't trigger your tireless track or whatever. So it does hate on a lot of things. And I think it's a card that a lot of people will play. New Elesh Norn, if you haven't seen it, is it's essentially a Panharmonicon for you and a Torpor Orb for your opponent. So anything that triggers your permanence with ETB is going to double trigger, and then a permanent entering the battlefield under your opponent's control isn't going to trigger any of their stuff. So essentially, Torpor Orb for opponents, Panharmonicon for you on a pretty big body. So I think here's the concern I would say with this is that you're going to have people who play it to be a Panharmonicon, because Panharmonicon's a really fun card. So you're gonna have people who play it as a Panharmonicon, and then it incidentally just hates out their play group. So I think that's a bit of a concern. At the same time, it's also a card that does literally nothing right away. Like, nothing whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever on the turn that you play it. You got to play something else to actually trigger its ability or whatever. Your opponent, I guess it could hate on them the turn it comes into play. But it's a card that if you have a removal spell, nothing's going to happen. It is very killable. I don't know. For me, like, Drannith Magistrate's been another card that there's been a big conversation about recently. I sort of feel like... Yeah, we're going to have to wait on library. We got to get down this Leovold first, I think. I sort of feel like Elesh Norn is less egregious because it is 5 mana. Like, Drannith Magistrate comes down really quickly, which makes it, I think, more problematic. Oh, those are coming down soon. All right, well, let's see if we live. How about a Baleful Strix? Draw a card. Really leaning on this Leovold. Opponent taking down 2 suspend cards. Does our Leovold stick? Opponent plays a land. Opponent passes. We hit you for 1. I mean, this Leovold is more or less going to determine if we survive, I think. Play the land. Sultai, mana, Leovold. Resolves. All right. No bounce, no bounce, no bounce. The Wheel of Blood, it's on. Welcome. Oh, got him. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup Jeffrey, thank you. But it does get the Lotus Bloom, takes up their Storm. Ancestral, not going to do any... Oh, it doesn't come down till next turn. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do anything next turn, hopefully. If we survive this turn, the Venser can give us some defense. Yeah, what do you think about Drannith Magistrate? Spell Sheikah. Can they get an answer to Leovold? Red. Okay. Red. What? Okay. Yeah. Wow. Wow, the Red Blast. Well, hit you with the Baleful Strix. Oh, goody. Okay, well, at least we got the Venser that can bounce this Ancestral, so our opponent doesn't get to draw a new hand. Oh, I don't know if we're ever going to turn on this library, are we? Well, play the swamp past the turn. Next turn, we can get Recurring Nightmare. This turn, I think... Yeah, I guess maybe it would have been better to just go for Recurring Nightmare. I was thinking that this turn we Venser to bounce the Ancestral. And then next turn, we go for the Recurring Nightmare. Let's slow things down. Hey, what's up, Handsome? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, good to see you. Hey, Respect the Cat. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. I'm a gingerbread man today in celebration of the holidays. Okay, I think it's time to try to do fun things. So, Vampiric Tutor. I feel like they could definitely have a counter, but we're going to Vampiric Tutor. We're going to take Recurring Nightmare. We're going to draw Recurring Nightmare. We're going to go to combat. We're going to attack our opponent a smidge. And we're going to hope really hard that we resolve a Recurring Nightmare. Oh, getting Spell Pierce would make me sad, but Recurring Nightmare. Oh, resolves. Okay. Leovold. Sag the Baleful Strix. It's back. Play the library past the turn. That is super huge. Oh, you got the Storm Trophy? We almost forced Storm this draft, but then we started to, and then we opened Recurring Nightmare. I've been using Secret Layers and Opportunistic Sales to create my own vintage cube, but there's still a lot of cards to look for. Does anyone have a repository of good cube cards online? I would say it's building your own cube is actually... It's a big undertaking. I've started a few times and never actually ended up finishing. Well, get in there. Opponent going to block. Okay. I would say look at other cubes that already exist online. I think that's a good starting point. Like, look at the list of the cube we're playing now, the Magic Online Vintage Cube. I'll get back Baleful Strix. Sag Venser. Draw a card. Oh, Recurring Nightmare is so sweet. Play the Swamp. Play Recurring Nightmare. Sack the Baleful Strix. Get back the Venser. Bounce one of your lands, and the lock is being assembled. Pass the turn. Opponent's down to 12. Opponent taps. Takes down the Ancestral's not doing anything. Opponent. Has anyone here actually built their cube? I always... Ooh, Elesh does work with Storm the Festival, you're right. There's been... The other debate about Elesh Norn is whether it's a standard card or a commander card. That's something else that came up today. I actually think that Elesh Norn is going to be a decent standard card. I'm not expecting Shieldred level good. But I am thinking it's going to be an actual playable card. I would not be at all surprised if there was an actual, like, you know, solid tier-ish Elesh Norn deck or multiples. Its stats are big. It's got really nice stats. When I go to combat, attack ya. Fully pimped MTG vintage cube in paper. Wow. Proxy or non-proxy? Non-proxy, if you had the vintage cube in paper, I don't even want to think about how expensive that would be. I had a nice 360 card vintage cube. We had a play group that does in-person cube draft every other week. I would love to have a cube. It would definitely be proxied. At least a large portion of it. Well, let's do it again. Recurring Nightmare, get back the Baleful Strix. Sack the Venser. Get it back, draw a card. Play the land. Recurring Nightmare. Get back the Venser, sack the Strix. Bounce a land. And opponent, done. Got stormed in game number 1, but we got to see the Recurring Nightmare power in game number 2. Oh, approximately 200k. Whoo! Yeah, that's it's an expensive cube. Do you actually bring it places to play? That would be my other concern. Like, if you have a full-on non-proxy vintage cube, do you actually take it to an event? Do you go to a GP with it and actually, like... Do you actually go to a GP and play with it? can you get insurance? I've heard that it's possible to get insurance on Magic cards, although it's not necessarily easy. But I know it is possible. I'd be considered carrying around a house is worth. Seriously, I was gonna say, pretty sure a cube is worth way more than my house. Magic card insurance not worth it. Oh, this Mox is looking bad with one land. I mean, I could see it being worth it in the context of having a cube that you want to take places. I think it would be maybe worth it in that context. I think in general, if you just have a Magic collection, the cost of the insurance is probably more than it's worth in most cases. I think I have insurance on my Magic cards. I don't know how my dad got it, but he did. Ooh. Yeah, I wonder. I'll have to look into it more. Maybe it's not as expensive as I think. I know it's not common in general. Like, most people don't have their Magic collection insured. But I do know of people who have, like, are vendors or have a really expensive cube and actually have insurance. Okay. So this year interesting. So this year in Vegas, funny story. I was supposed to go to a cube draft on the first day that we were in Vegas this year with Missouri, MTG, Jeremy, and some other people. It was Jeremy's cube. Supposed to go do this cube draft. So it's getting to be cube time. We're about to go. Get a text message. Sorry, we're gonna have to cancel the cube draft. Someone threw up on my cube. Like, oh no. And this is like fully powered non-proxy. He doesn't even bring it on site. Like, he brings his proxy version to the actual event site, and then you have to go, if you're someone he knows, you can go off site and actually play the real cube. Yeah, someone actually threw up, but it was okay because I guess in this case it was actually insured. He had insurance on it, so he wasn't actually that upset about it. But yeah, that's such a Vegas thing. You're gonna go to a powered cube draft offsite, and you can't because someone threw up on the cube. I mean, I think we just do it. What are they gonna do? Mana-tie this? If they mana-tie their Bolas to Citadel, I think we just scoop out of respect, honestly. I think we do. Black Lotus, Bolas to Citadel, Old Border. Well, oh my god, that's actually super good. Vampiric Tutor. That tutors something to the top, which is a good place. A good place to tutor something when you have a Bolas to Citadel on the battlefield. Are we just taking Consecrated Sphinx? Probably. Yeah, all right. A Consecrated Sphinx, cast it. Oh my god, an Venser. Please don't have any burn spells. Venser. Oh my god, an Grief. Bounce your Swamp. How low do we go? 3. We'll go to 3. Not a bad turn 3. Oh, and they had a Sheoldred. Okay, so we're gonna lose our Citadel, but that's fine. It did its thing. That Sheoldred would have beat us since we spent 17 life that turn. All right, your go, opponent. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. That was good. That was pretty good. Yes, we would like to draw 2 cards with Consecrated Sphinx. Oh, and the Recurring Nightmare too. Oh, opponent. I mean, they're gonna blow up this. I don't even know. Do they blow up the Citadel at this point? We've already spent all of our life. Is the Citadel even doing anything anymore? All right, they're gonna blow it up out of principle, but I think it's a little past that point. I mean, that's the thing. You know how Wizards always get spammed with greed now ever since Magic 30? I was thinking about it, and like, if people did that to all my tweets, that would actually be kind of fair too, for a very different reason. Like, I'm not greedy as far as money is concerned, but when it comes to Magic, there's not many players that are greedier with me with their life totals when it comes to drawing cards. So I mean, oh, yeah, sure. Like, yeah, actually, you're right. Everyone on Twitter, that is true. Yeah, I guess eventually we might be able to kill him with it, which might be their concern. We do have to avoid taking much damage at this point. What was the rest of our opponent's hand? Wandering Emperor, which would kill our Consecrated Sphinx. All right, I think we just get down Kaido, actually. Let's get down Kaido. Loot with Kaido. We want a creature in the graveyard to start doing things with Braid, or with a Recurring Nightmare. Play the tap land, pass the turn, no attacks. Phase out Kaido, draws up cards. All right, we get to draw 2. I mean, with this Consecrated Sphinx active, we're in such a good spot that we just have to avoid doing anything too risky that messes it up. So many people think it's an Oogie Boogie costume. All right, there goes the Sphinx. Well, I'm glad we didn't attack too aggressively. We still get to draw 2. Oh, and we got the Recurring Nightmare, so this actually does nothing for our opponent. Everyone thinks it's Oogie Boogie. Maybe it is Oogie Boogie. Yes, I am. I didn't know that I was, but I am. Yeah, let's block the Knight of Autumn. Opponent. Ancient 2 Marito. And I mean, I think once we start recurring nightmaring, I think our opponent's gonna scoop pretty quick here. Loot, wow, so many lands. Loot with Kaido. Discard the land. Metamorph the Grief. Full price. Do a little discount double check. Make sure our opponent. Ooh. Well, maybe they get to keep the Wandering Emperor. I actually think the Elspeth kills us faster. All right, play the tap land. Hit you with the Grief. I'm not that greedy. I'm pretty greedy, but not that greedy. Hey, Jonathan. Hope all is well with you. Tell Juliet Merry Christmas to her as well. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. What is Alien Isolation? I've never really, outside of we did a Goldfish Among Us stream or something, I never really streamed non-Magic games. No, I mean, I think it would be cooler as a Oogie Boogie costume. I think it's just a generic gingerbread man costume though, but I'm gonna play it off like it's Oogie Boogie because that sounds way cooler than generic gingerbread man. Why did our opponent not? Oh, they don't have the white mana still. Well. Let's see if we can make our opponent very sad. So, go to combat. Do a little bit of attacking. Yeah, this is going to go poorly for our opponent. Hit ya. Draw with Kaido. Play Recurring Nightmare. Get back Venser. Sack the Grief. Bounce your white source just to make sure. Recurring Nightmare is a messed up Magic the Gathering card. Recurring Nightmare. Consecrated Sphinx. Sack the Grief. And yeah, your go, opponent. Your go. Good, clean, fair Magic. I do enjoy Civ. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, Stone Rain. And opponent, wow, maybe this deck is gonna be better than we thought. I was thinking this deck was a little janky around the edges, but maybe it's actually good. Have you seen the other app on the phone that's a mix of Hearthstone and Magic? Would recommend 10 out of 10. What is the Hearthstone Magic mix? You're not talking about Marvel Snap, are you? I've seen Marvel Snap. If it's Marvel Snap, I have seen that one, and it is actually pretty fun. Although I don't know. Do you think that Snap is replayable? I'm not sure that it is. We got the OG braids. In Cube OG braids is legal. This could be a Plow Under matchup. Is it a Plow Under matchup? Well, Black Lotus is pretty strong. Even when you're just using it to cast Bolus's Citadel. Oh, new Elesh Norn would wreck us. I mean, honestly, that card should probably be banned, right? Ban it. Actually, it would have been better if they didn't even print it. We'll keep. Scrubland for our opponent. So this hand's not super quick, but ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Finally got the library power. How good do you think Elesh Norn's going to be in Standard? Half the reason I don't play ETB removal is the concern of Torpor Orb. So I'm ready for Elesh Norn. You are, yeah, if you're prepared for Torpor Orb, you should be prepared for Elesh Norn. Hero's Downfall. They don't have the tech to ban it yet. Well, swamp and go. I think we just discard this Consecrated Sphinx and maybe we get to get it back with a Recurring Nightmare at some point. I mean, isn't Elesh Norn kind of like Vorinclex? I see Elesh Norn as is very similar. It's like Vorinclex, but for ETBs. I guess ETBs are just more prevalent than +1/+1 counters or any sort of counters. So maybe that's the difference, but Aereo handing out 10 gift subs. Big Calcium, Monster CC, Pores Wide, Trolls Mag, Polar Pie, M Bowser, Victor, Crazy, Relentless Spirit, and Sibwa. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Thank ya. You can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread man. Don't eat me. And I'm the gingerbread man. I'm the gingerbread man for this holiday stream. Thank you so much, Aereo. Definitely appreciate it. Do we have to kill the Elspeth? We can draw a card, do nothing. We can play a tap land, draw a card. We can Grist, have it die. That doesn't seem ideal. We can kill the Elspeth. Yeah, that's probably the play here. Well, Hero's Downfall. Get rid of the Elspeth. Opponent's playing some nice fair magic over there as well. Playing some Abzan mid-range here in Vintage Cube. Nesmith! My God, the streak ended. I didn't know what happened. This makes me sad. Oh, 72 months. Oh, no. Oh, no. Naz! I didn't realize it either. Oh, you were like third on the leaderboard too, or tied for like third on the leaderboard. Tied for second on the leaderboard. Somehow we have no one at 73 months. We have 74 months, 3 people. 72 months, 5 people. No one in between though, which is interesting about it. But welcome back, Naz. It still counts. It still counts in our hearts. Hey, what's up, Cat Cam fan? How are you? Cat's got the zoomies right now. Yeah, I mean, cats can be pretty quick. I'm sure she could. What are we doing now? We really would like a, you know what? All right, so step 1, draw with our very busted Library of Alexandria. It's a Schwamp. Well, play the land. Play the Grist. Take up the Grist. Grist all around here. Yeah, if our opponent Siege Rhinos us, then we would be in trouble. So I've been watching you since the beginning of I've been watching you since the beginning. Just started watching streams the last couple of years. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people like that too, that found the YouTube first and then came to the stream after that. I wonder how many people are the other way around. Did any of you in the stream, I'm curious about this, did any of you find the stream before the YouTube? Or is it usually the other direction, from the YouTube to the stream? I think we take this. We kind of want our insect here for reanimation purposes. Opponent's going to do some Gristing, mill a land. What would get us best here? Armageddon would be sad. That would get us pretty good. Start on YouTube. Stream to YouTube. Okay, so there are at least some people that started in the stream. Interesting. Yeah, I figured most people would be YouTube first. Ooh, all right. Grist down for now. Although Grist is technically a creature, so it works with the Recurring Nightmare. Wow, we've drawn a lot of lands. Okay, so draw a card with Library. Oh my god, even more lands. Recurring Nightmare. Get a Consecrated Sphinx. Sack the Insect. Creeping Tar Pit. Go. Found the podcast. Oh, podcast first. That's a unique one. I imagine not. Well, actually, I don't know. I guess a lot of people listen to the podcast, so maybe there's more people that heard the podcast first than I realized. Ooh, 32 rhinos. You've been here for a minute then. Upload it. Yeah, if you're traveling for the holidays, safe travel. I know around here it's supposed to be wild. Maybe it'll be not that bad where y'all are at, but yeah, around here the weather's supposed to be so bad the next couple days. YouTube after Merchant, actually, and MTG Goldfish Commander, because I found like you're saying more than game nights. Well, that is a huge compliment. Thank you, Water. Dylan Hunter, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. -6 in Missouri right now. Yeah, that's all the weather that's heading towards us. Right now it's warm. Did it get warm in Missouri yesterday? I know here at today it's warming up, and through the night tonight it's going to warm up to 50, and then through the day tomorrow it's supposed to drop down to negative and super negative with the wind chill, because we're also supposed to get super high winds. So that's what they're all worried about, is because it's already snowy here, all the snow is apparently going to melt, and then it's just going to freeze and be super dangerous to travel. Yeah, that's all that weather's coming our way, apparently. Although, I think maybe we miss most. I don't know. It always is snowing around here in the winter, so I think we're only supposed to get 6 inches or something, which that's actually not that out of the realm of normal. Hey, what's up, Nipple Nugget? How are you? I remember when Seth showing his face on video was a big deal. Oh, someone asked us for a fish mail. Why did you start showing your face on cam? The actual answer, I think it was two. One is I actually got a camera. In the early days, I didn't even have the setup for that. The other thing is it just became the norm, especially for streaming. It just became the norm in the community where pretty much everyone had a camera. So I felt like I was lagging behind everyone else by not having a camera. So yeah, a combination of those two things is why the face cam started. I actually I still kind of like recording without a camera. It's easy. You don't have to think about where you're looking, or, oh my god, did I just pick my nose, or did I comb my hair? But without the camera, you don't get to show off the beard or the gingerbread man costume, the Oogie Bogey costume. Okay, so 10 cards in hand. Tempted to just play Citadel and see what happens. That's probably risky. How many things can we do? So we can play a thing, sack the thing, get back Consecrated Sphinx. We can bolus the Citadel, see what happens. We can Leovold Noble Hierarch Signet. Can we do that and Library? That wouldn't be the worst. We only have one green, though. All right, wait, let's see. So play the Signet. Oh, that makes green-white. That isn't helpful. I don't think on the battlefield, Grist is not a creature, right? As long as it isn't on the battlefield. So we can't actually metamorphose it. Oh, just attack down the Grist? Yeah, Grist is an issue. What if they have removal, though? Losing the Tar Pit would be annoying. I'll play the land. Play the Signet. One, two. Actually, let's do it this way. All right, play the land, fire up the Creeping Tar Pit. Try to kill the Grist. I think we just go land. Yeah, everyone says that that my look does not match the voice. That was a That was a very common response to the cam coming on. Please just die. All right, kill the Grist. Play the Hierarch. Pass the turn. Discard a land. All right. What do you got, opponent? Yeah, getting rid of Grist is good. It would be nice to get back the Consecrated Sphinx, but if Grist is out, Grist just snipes it. So I think this sets us up better for the future. Have I tried using Raid? I don't know what that is. What's Raid? Does your voice match your face? I think it's it didn't surprise me too much, I would say. I think it's not that far off. I mean, I think if you're used to hearing someone's voice and then you see their face, it's always going to be a little different than you expect. It's very rare. Oh, Raid is bug spray. Oh, wait. What do I need Raid for? I don't think I've tried using Raid. Definitely definitely not. I think it would have remembered that. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Oh, we could still go for the Citadel YOLO. So risky, though. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's Baleful Strikes, draw a card. I think this works. So play Baleful Strikes, draw a card. Play... Oh my god, Black Lotus. Okay, play the land. Play Recurring Nightmare. Sacrifice Baleful Strix. Get back Consecrated Sphinx. Play Recurring Nightmare. It is recurring. Sack, get back Grist. Oh, what a turn. What a turn. Take up Grist. Mega Token. Black Lotus. Blue mana. Metamorph? Do you have removal? Do we get 2? If we get 2 Consecrated Sphinxes. Okay. Your go, opponent. Your go, opponent. Oh, wait. Is it a Killing Grip? That completely went over my head. All right, opponent. All right, we're going to draw a few cards. It's worth pointing out, Sphinx is a May. It's a May. Not that we're going to ever say no to it, but technically, we could say no to it. That is a legal option. My God, do we have any lands left in our deck? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 13. 13, 14. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Opponent, everything at our face. Maelstrom Pulse to kill both Sphinxes. Oh yeah, that's a blowout. All right. Yeah, opponent's finally good fight with Abzan. Are we getting Siege Rhino'd? Is it time? All right, Graveyard Trespasser. That's pretty good. Oh no. Okay, this is a bit scary. Can we get out from this? Oh my God, land 50. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we have 2 lands left in our deck. We got 2 lands left in our deck. How do we do this? How do we do this? We lost our Sphinx. Well, okay, step 1. Phantasmal Image. Copy Graveyard Trespasser. Eat your grist to gain a life. Take up grist. Make a token. Recurring Nightmare. Sack the token, get back Baleful Strix, draw a card. All right, there's land number 15. So we have officially, or land number 16. So we did it. We did it. Well, play the land. Oh my god, the lands. Recurring Nightmare. Get back Metamorph. Sack the Sphinx. Copy Trespasser. Eat your Hierarch. All right, pass the turn. Oh, do we mill it? Are they gone? Do we get rid of every land now? We're going to have to count again. All right, discard a land and a land and a land. Okay, we got to count. I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, so we did it. We have successfully thinned every single land out of our deck. Want to try some Cheese Explorer with me at some point? Yeah, that'd be fun to try at some point. Have you actually played it, Stone Rain? What is the best deck in Cheese Explorer? Yeah, Citadel's gas. It would be even more gas if we had more life. But I guess our entire deck is gas at this point, so that's a win. And the Trespassers can kind of gain life. What did you play in Cheese Explorers, Stone Rain? About I see that Todd Anderson did the first New School tournament the other day. I didn't actually get to watch it though. Uro.deck. Will Uro need to be banned in Cheese Explorer? Since since you are the founder of the format, Stone Rain, I think you get to make those decisions. I'm pretty sure. Huh. Well, 8 life. We got a Braids. I mean, I guess the question's becoming, how do we win before we mill out? Finding Venser would be good. Well, step 1. How do we not mill out? Yeah, last turn we tapped the library, didn't we? Looping Venser is probably the best. All right, let's take up Grist. See what we can mill. Vampiric Tutor. Okay, I guess we didn't really want that. Although we are kind of running out of time here. We are kind of running out of time. All right, Leovold. Play the land. Creeping Tar Pit. Oh, we don't even have anything good to loop at the moment. I mean, we could play Braids. That's not doing a ton here. Maybe it's fine. You know what? I think we hit with the Tar Pit, actually. Fire up the Tar Pit. Get in for 3. I mean, maybe we can still win with the activation of Citadel. That might be our best bet. I'll go attacking. Hit ya for 3. Yeah, Grist wants creatures in the graveyard. Right now, we do not have many. Yeah, let's just pass. Yorgo about it. Oh, this has been a wild game. About it. Untaps at 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're still quite a few permanents away. So opponent's going to Infernal Grasp. We draw a card. Okay, a Biomancer Braids. If only we had more time. Opponent kills a Phantasmal Image. Untaps. We also got 7 minutes on the clock. We're running out of time in multiple ways. Opponent adapts. And opponent. Do you have Sling Gang Lieutenant? One of the better recurring targets in Vintage Cube. No Sling Gang, actually, unfortunately. It is very good with the Recurring Nightmare for sure. Yeah, maybe the snakes will save us. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have any mill cards. It's a lot of mana being tapped. Oh, jeez. Okay. Kogla. Yeah, that is also a problem. Our hero's downfall is kind of gone. Opponent. Yeah, we will draw. There's the Venser finally. Okay. Venser is what we were looking for. Venser is huge. Opponent's out of cards. Okay, we got a shot. We got a shot, opponent. How are we attacking? Goes at our face. Gonna eat the Leovold, I assume. Oh, eats the image. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Eats the image. Well, this should be an interesting turn. We will block the Graveyard Trespassers. Get the Metamorph in the graveyard. And, oh, they can pick it up with the Kogla? I guess? Okay, can we win from here? This turn's going to be very, very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, opponent does pick it up. Okay. All right, sure. Sure. Well, we untap. We draw Mox Diamond. Kira Ashmore for the 69th month with the very nice resub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup tier for you. Thank you. This is game 2. So we really need to win this because of the clock. All right, can we do this properly? So, Grist. Sacks Graveyard Trespasser. Kills. Kills. Murderous. Actually, let's just kill the Kogla. Kill the Kogla. Play. Play Braids. Play the land. Play Ophiomancer. Pass the turn. 5 cards in our deck. Let the sacrificing commence. So we get a snake. I mean, we're gonna loop this Venser a bunch. That's what we're playing towards, is looping Venser. I think we win this, but we'll see. Opponent. We just gotta make sure we don't leave the Venser in the graveyard because of this Trespasser. Yep. Eats the Metamorph. Sure. And Opponent. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Venser. Bounce your land. Untap. Sack this insect. And now the fun begins. Recurring Nightmare. Uh-oh. All right, we got to not time out. Recurring Nightmare. Sack, get back, Leovold. Sack, Venser. Recurring Nightmare. Get back, Venser. Sack, Leovold. Bounce your land. Opponent floats a mana. Go to combat. They actually drew an instant? What is happening? Uh-oh. Okay, Wandering Emperor is the card our opponent drew. I don't know if we can win this in time or not. Okay. So no attacks. Actually, yeah. Might as well send the... Alright, no attacks. Grist. Sack the snake. Blow up the graveyard trespasser. Discard Fiend Artisan. Play the Signet. Pass the... I mean, we're going to grind our opponent out, but can we actually kill them in time? Opponent makes a samurai. These samurais are also a bit of an annoyance. Opponent untaps. We get a snake. They have to sack. Opponent's got a handful of lands. Like, we can make them pick up all their permanents eventually, but they're at 20. We got 4 cards in our deck. Opponent sacks another land. Plays the land. Top deck. Oh my goodness, what a draw for our opponent. That might actually win our opponent the game. The unlicensed Terse is actually kind of absurd here. Makes a samurai. Wow. Wow, that was a top deck. That was a top deck too, opponent. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Going to be an issue. Opponent passes. Well, we sack the snake. We draw grief. Wow, I can't believe there's an unlicensed Terse. Well, play the grief. Opponent's got lands in hand. Yep. Creeping Tar Pit. Go to combat. Hit. Oh, we gotta kill the Wandering Emperor. Kill the Wandering Emperor. I think we're gonna lose now. I mean, I think we win without the unlicensed Terse. Without the unlicensed Terse, I think we'd have it. But with the unlicensed Terse, I'm much less convinced that we can actually do it. We can't even really take up the Grist anymore. Yeah, that's an issue with 3 cards in the deck and 3 minutes on the clock. Oh, I guess we should have played faster. Yeah, without the boy, what a brutal draw. Without the hearse, we win super easy. Because we can yeah, we can just recurring nightmare so many times each turn. But our braids is just gonna be a bit too slow, I think. Like the Wandering Emperor was also huge for our opponent because it let our opponent make 2 bodies that they can sacrifice, which is actually just a huge deal. Scrubland for our opponent. Into Imperial Seal, okay. The whammies just keep coming. Recurring Nightmare doesn't take that long if there's not a hearse. But with the hearse, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, the Emperor, well, I think it's the hearse that's a killer. The Emperor, I think we could have beat one of those cards. I think without the Emperor, we beat the hearse. Without the hearse, we beat the Empire. But both of those together, I think, are just unbeatable here. Opponent gonna pass. What's left in our deck to draw? Not much. Well, sack the library. Braids number 2. Does that do anything? I'll fire up the tar pit. Go to combat. 2 cards in the deck. Attack. I mean, we know our opponent tutored up something busted too. Attack. Our hope is to win with this Citadel, but I don't know if that's going to work. Opponent takes it. I'll play Braids. Pass the turn. No sacking. Oh, our deck's so sweet too. We actually have a chance to win with Braid, Sack, Grist. How does that help though with the hearse out? The problem is the hearse. Opponent. Sacks. Well, let's see what they tutored up. It's got to be the best card in their deck. Got to be something busted. Grave Titan. Okay. Wait. Does this mean we have a shot? So they tutor up Grave Titan. We're like 1 point of damage away. Opponent passes. We can't really afford to chump block much though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So, sack a forest. Muldrifter that we can't really cast. Creeping Tar Pit. Go to combat. Attack. Wow, they're going to play around it. So Murderous Rider goes to the bottom. Sack the Venser. Yeah. Kill the Grave Titan. Opponent's gonna exile. Play the Citadel. Pass the turn. No sack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, oh no. We might run out of time after all. We're gonna have to block though, right? That's the problem. So are we gonna end up 1 permanent short here? Is that the bottom line? I think we're gonna end up like a permanent short. Opponent sack, and also probably some second short. This is actually super close because we can evoke the Muldrifter and sack it with the trigger on the stack. Can we do it all in time? Do we have to block too much? We have to block 2 things. What is our opponent top deck? That 3 life. What a ridiculously close game. I mean, we can't really take up Grist though, because if we take up Grist, we lose because we mill. So Grist does nothing. Grist is just a body on the battlefield. Wow, so can we do it in time is the question. 14 seconds is not a ton. Opponent, combat. Gotta go fast, gotta go fast. Opponent's going to attack, attack, attack. Trying to eat our clock. Block. Block. 11 seconds. I don't think there's enough time. I don't think there's enough time. Because we also have to do the braid stuff. So triggers 8 seconds. Would we win here if it wasn't for this? Oh, that's what we get for playing too slow. Oh my god. Brutal. I think we do. We actually have lethal here. Wow. We had lethal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, ran out of time. Wait, what is the pun? Sack Grist to Braids after swinging in on the tar pit. Then sack Citadel the next upkeep with Snake. You had lethal last turn. Wait, how do we have lethal last turn? I mean, we can play Wall and Muldrifter though. Like, evoke Waller Roots, evoke Muldrifter. Muldrifter trigger on the stack, sack everything. That's 10. So attack with Tar Pit. I think we're 1 permanent short after Braid sack. Oh, so you're planning on using Braid's Arisen Necropolis. All right, I hadn't really thought about using that Braids because we can't really afford to draw cards. It's not a May ability. But I guess if we were literally getting lethal on that spot, if we were literally getting lethal on the turn that Braids was activated, it would be fine. But we had lethal right here. Like, maybe we had it last turn in a way that I'm not seeing, but we definitely had it right here. I want you to envision for a moment. You just heard about wow, that was ridiculously close. Well, timeouts are the worst way to lose. Those are the things that only happen on stream. You would have had time if you blocked with Braids and Mancer. But if we can't afford to lose any permanents though either, right? We need the Snake. I mean, the disappointing part is actually, our opponent top deck like 2 really bomby cards, including Unlicensors, and we actually played it in a way where we had the win. We just ran out of time by like 10 seconds. That's one of those stream things. One of those stream things where just like, I don't know, when you're talking and having fun and interacting with chat and being a gingerbread man, you're not playing at optimal speed. So we were literally 1 or 2 permanents short of the win with Braids. I don't think it was actually a punt if you counted out. Well, I know that we were exactly lethal right there in a really cool way, too. Winning with Muldrifter's lethal card draw trigger on the stack. So we had such a cool way to win, but not quite, not quite, not quite. It was a cool game, though, that's for sure. Yeah, that's my thinking too. I'd rather have fun with y'all on the stream than and time out on occasion. We had it was gonna be such a cool win. Oh, it was such a cool win. Opponent's playing some Is It, eh? Gonna do some delving. Oh yeah, that's true. We also ran incredibly bad, didn't we? I forgot. We drew all of our lands in our top 30 cards. So our bottom 10 cards were all of our spells. And our opponent drew Unlicensed. About it. Bloodthirsty Adversary. Yeah, Muldrifter was awkward because at that point we couldn't actually even cast it. Unless we were gonna kill it right away. Use it to the Citadel right away. About it. A win, yeah, a win in the heart for sure. Is our Goblin Bombard? Okay. I thought our opponent was just playing mono red essentially, but Bombardment's kind of spicy. Opponent gets in, hits us, sure. Well, land, and I guess we just run out Braids. I don't think we're using it here, but run it out. I don't think our opponent was close to decking at all. Opponents had like 20 cards in their deck or something. So I don't think they were very, very close. Opponent said, asterisk, it's Seth. Huge fan, happy to be playing you. Yeah, opponent missing land drops. Bombarding. Curious what Goblin Bombardment's doing in this deck. It's got to be a sack deck, right? If you're playing Bombardment. About it. Passes. Well, Well, get him with Braids. I would like to Muldrift, but whenever I see a blue deck, I'm afraid there's going to be counters. And boy, we're drawing all of our lands again. Let's just play Tarpon and pass. We could sack it. You know what? Maybe we sack a land. You know what? Let's sack a land. There's no way our opponent's going to sack a land here. All right, we draw a Mox Diamond, which is great. Has anyone drafted the Dark Depths combo yet? I have not seen... I've seen Dark Depths and the combo pieces in the cube, but I haven't actually seen anyone play them. It's one of the... You got to get both pieces. That's the challenge of Dark Depths, I think, is if you don't get the combo pieces, it's so dead. Like, doing it fairly is so hard. But if you get both the combo pieces... Now, let's Mox Diamond. Discard a forest. Play a Hierarch. Underground Sea. Go to combat. Hit you with the Braids. Opponent. Wow. Gonna block it. Okay. The old blocking sack. Sure. Well, now we're gonna Muldrifter. If they counter it, they counter it, I guess. Well, cast a Muldrifter. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, is it Oh My G? Yeah, Oh My G. OMG. Yeah, I don't know what they said. Moto censorship, you never know. You know what? I don't think we sack this turn. We can actually Vamp Tutor for Citadel if we want to. Just fired a Vintage Cube draft. Have to tune between Mind Twist and Fractured Identity. Oh, I love me Mind Twist. Mind Twist is one of my favorites. Fractured Identity is also super sweet. Ow, that's actually a tough choice. That's super tough. Especially for the first pick when you don't know what colors you're in. They're both really good. Well, go to combat. Smack you a bit. Opponent goes to 8. Well, Scalding Tarn, pass the turn. Sack the Scalding Tarn. Oh, Black Lotus too. This Braids is doing work. I hate this Corvic Knight. What is Corvic Knight? Well, I have no idea what our opponent's doing, but we'll take it. Maybe our deck's better than I thought. I mean, technically, we're close to the 3-0. An 8-foot tall metal bird. Oh, I thought you said metal bandit first. I was like, wait, that's an interesting gimmick. How did they find all 8-foot tall people though? I don't even listen to that much metal, but if there was an 8-foot tall metal band, I would probably go to their show, honestly. How do you pass that up? It's a once in a lifetime experience. I need to learn more about Pokemon, apparently. I'm not up on all the Pokemons. Pokemon. Pokemon. Grim Larvamancer, eh? Alright. Mox Diamond. Discard. Play the land. Don't really want a Black Lotus out of Phiomancer. That seems bad. Is it snowing where I live? It has been. So I assume it still is. It's supposed to be super bad. I got the worst. You get the text from the power company that's like, we're preparing for your services to go off this weekend. I'm like, oh god, okay. That's usually a bad sign when you get the text from the from the power company telling you your stuff's probably not going to work. So yeah, expecting it to be pretty bad. I think tomorrow is supposed to be the bad point. Tonight's not supposed to be that bad. It's supposed to be windy, but then tomorrow is when it's supposed to get really bad. Hyuga Man, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big CFG for you on the 3rd day of Christmas. Saffron gave to me a Brumos J. For 2 years in a row, I've tried to make a 12 Days of Christmas against the odds deck because I thought I don't know why I always keep trying to do that because I think holiday specials are kind of silly, but I keep trying to do it and it keeps not quite working. You know what? We'll take it this turn. I think if we kill it, then they just kill the Phiomancer, and that feels even worse. No, go to combat. This hand is not the best I've ever seen. Attack. Opponent. We need something to loop with a recurring nightmare. At the beginning of upkeep, if you control no snakes, so multiple Phiomancers. Wait, do multiple Phiomancers work? Will they all trigger, or... So let's say you have 2 Phiomancers. You have no snakes. Do both triggers go on the stack and then resolve? Or does both go on the stack, one resolves and the other one fizzles? Huh. I mean, we're not really to the point of doing that yet anyway. We need our opponent to play something good. We got all these clones, but nothing to clone. I mean, I guess we actually just pass? Opponent. Prismatic Vesta. Well, maybe we'll get a chance to find out. Or maybe our opponent will just play something good. That would be even better. Something worth copying about it. Alright. Larvamancer. Sure. Well, now we'll probably never know. Opponent gets in, heads us. Down to 15 passes. Hierarch. Well, recurring nightmare. And get back a Phiomancer, sack the snake. And oh wow, we tapped in the worst possible way here. Okay, we'll pass. That was not very good tapping. That was kind of bad tapping, but we'll pass the turn. Wow, sacking the islet. Opponent's really trying to be aggro. Yeah, I guess that went wrong in multiple ways. We could have attacked first, and we definitely should not have tapped all of our green mana because we could have played this Hierarch. Ooh. Well, okay. This actually might be fine. This actually might still be fine. Because now we can just clone their Avalanche Rider. So I think we kill this. Well, this might actually be a blowout for our opponent. So we drop to 13. We get a snake. We draw a Braids. but we get to Phantasmal Image. Copy Avalanche Riders. Blow up your island. And then go to combat. Attack you. Oh my god, we tapped our green mana again. Why do I keep doing this? Why? Braids. We're never going to play this Noble Hierarch. It's just not going to happen. Sack the Snake. Opponent probably should sack this Avalanche Riders because they can't pay for it anyway. All right. Untap. Make a Snake. How do you like his Nalgrim Lavamancer? Yeah, I don't think we care about keeping the copy. Opponent. Laylil. Yeah, it would be sweet to loop, but I don't know if we have enough mana to really make that happen yet. All right. No echo. No echo. Well, go to combat. Do some attacking. And yeah, get in with the Snake. That's fine. Get in with the Snake. I meant to play the second rider with the Metamorph. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I wasn't sure if it would be worth it. But maybe we should have. We already had our opponent without blue mana, so I don't know if blowing... I mean, I just love blowing up lands for the sake of it, but I'm not sure if just blowing up a random land is that good there. All right, Lavamancer. Gonna go after the Ophiomancer. Well, play the Tar Pit. Phase out Kaido. You know what? Let's sack the Snake. Let's keep it going. Draw a Venser. Venser's pretty nice. Pass the turn. This mid-range Slunkfest with a random Lotus in your Artist Peak Vintage Cube. Yeah, it's kind of... Opponent's playing a standard deck over there. It is kind of funny how unvintage QB this has been. Opponent gets in with a Goldspan. Sure, gets a treasure. We untap. We draw. 1, 2, 3. Phyrexian Metamorph. Actually, is that even good? Are we dead? We're at 9. That Goldspan dealt a lot of damage. So we can copy Goldspan. Does that even matter? So we copy Goldspan. That gives us a treasure. The treasure Recurring Nightmares. Sacking the Ninja to get Phantasmal Image to copy the Goldspan? Is that enough? Our opponent also has this Lavamancer. I mean, if we're going to use all of our mana on other things, then it doesn't matter. Is it? Oh. The problem is we can't get the second Goldspan until after combat because we need the treasure from the first one. So it'd be hit our opponent to 4 and then play a Goldspan on defense. If we could get both Goldspans pre-combat, it would definitely work. Otherwise, what are we even doing? Like, what's even another option? There's not much. Braids does nothing. We can Flash and Venser, hope our opponent doesn't have a counter, and try to stay alive. Yeah, maybe that's better. If they have a counter, we get wrecked, but I guess that's true no matter what. Opponent's only at 8, though. We even have the... Wow, if we survive the turn, we can probably win with Tar Pit. Wow, we're so close. All right, let's Kaido. Mega Ninja. We'll pass. Try to play carefully. We also got to be aware of this Grim Lava Mancer. Maybe we set Kaido here. Yeah, let's set Kaido. Hit our opponent to 6. Opponent land. Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. Goes for the gold span. Well, I mean, this is it. Either they got a counter or they don't. Venser. Is there a counter? Do we need the gold span to remain alive? Do we bounce the sword and let the gold span live so we can clone it? Here's where I'm at the moment. Kind of want to try a snickerdoodle cookie with a little bit of spice, just a little bit of cayenne pepper to bring out the flavor. I've been wondering if that's ever been done before. I've never had a cayenne powder snickerdoodle, but that does sound kind of sweet. Yeah, I think we gotta bounce the sword, as weird as this sounds. Opponent. Not guaranteed to work, but we'll find out. Gets in with the gold span, obviously. Yep. Opponent passes. We draw. We're at 5. So we play the land. We Phyrexian Metamorph. Copy the gold span. Go to combat. Oh, is this gonna work? Hit ya. Hit ya. Get a treasure. We got other plans for our mana this game. We got this turn. Found it. Gonna shoot down this works. This works. Recurring Nightmare, not the way it's supposed to be used, but Recurring Nightmare. Oh no, did we sack the treasure wrong? It should make 2. Recurring Nightmare. Pass the turn. Sack it. Kill ya? Memory date, Lucia, doesn't matter. Yes! It worked. On a rampage. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Well, just how you draw it up when you put Recurring Nightmare in your deck. You're planning on using it as the only enchantment on the battlefield to sack to a Braids of Rigason Necropolis. And about it, scoops it up. That was actually a sweet win. That was a super sweet win. Wow. That was not bad. All right, you know what? Let's try one. I don't know if we'll get through this entire league, but we'll at least draft and get through some of it. I mean, are we forcing Storm, chat? I promised we would if you wanted to. Are we forcing Storm? That was actually a sweet league. That was actually a 3-0 deck, I think. Because our one loss was to the timeout. So, well, no Storm pieces. Wait, where's our... Okay, so what do we get in this pack? The problem is Tomer's in Europe, so it's like, I don't even know, 3 a.m. or something ridiculous. Force Armageddon. There's no Armageddon. There was another Braids. We already kind of did that. There's literally no Storm pieces. Like, none. We could go Kiki. We could force Kiki. I mean, Force is just good. Force is good at stopping. You know what? Let's just take Force. Force will play in pretty much any deck. Top is a Storm piece. I mean, I guess there are combos that let you... Force is the ultimate stop broken thing card. It is the best. Like, your opponent's going to do something busted. Like, stop it. I don't really want to be blue-white Cheons, though. I don't know if I want to be blue-white control deck. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we open. We can still be Storm. Force is perfectly fine in Storm. Well, okay. I mean... Barby, it's okay, bud. It's okay. What are you barking at? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Bear's so funny. Bear's sleeping and just woke up barking at nothing. Must have had a bad puppy dream. So I think we take Time Walk probably. One of the nice things about Powered Cube is if you see a piece of power, well, outside of Time Twister, but if you see a piece of power, you just take it. Past in Flames would be good in Storm. Memory Deluge. I mean, we're taking Time Walk. We're taking Time Walk. So now, what goes up in value with Time Walk? The pack must have Lotus or Ancestral. Would you take a Mox? Maybe you take a Mox. Soul Ring. Soul Ring would be in the conversation. As cards you might actually take over a Time Walk. Time Twister is nice in Storm, but Time Twister is the one piece of the Power 9. Every other piece of the Power 9 is good in just any deck. I think literally any deck you could put it in, it's going to be good. Oh. Well, That's a Tolarian Academy. Time Twister is just unique in the sense that it's only really good in decks like Storm or combo decks. Yeah, I think Soul Ring is actually better than Black Lotus. Yeah, it's hard to pass up Academy here. So what do we get in this pack? Archon's fine for Reanimator. Narset probably actually would be good in this deck. Tolarian Academy is the highest upside. But it is also... So Narset we're always going to play with what we have so far. Tolarian Academy, there is some chance that we don't get the pieces for it. But I think the upside is just like... the good Tolarian deck, Tolarian Academy deck is one of the most busted. Oh goodness, is one of the most busted decks you can draft. Huh. Interesting. So, Brazen Borrower is not bad. Fastbond, there are synergies of Storm that make use of Fastbond. Not all Storm decks will want this, but there are certain Storm decks that can take advantage of it. Cryptic Command, when we have all blue cards in Tolarian Academy, be mono blue control apparently. Lotus Petal would be okay. It does work with Tolarian Academy. Petal for sure. Burning Bush, welcome to the Fishbowl. I'm tempted to just take the Cryptic, honestly. Thank you so much for your subscription. You know, I'm going to take Cryptic. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, all right. We are not taking a blue card. It is not happening. Luxac, happy holidays to you for the 51st month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big soup to you for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank ya. Now what, chat? Now what? Revoker? Because it's an artifact? Sort of Feast and Famine in our all counter spell deck? I don't know if we're actually forcing Storm at this point. I think my rule for forcing Storm is we need to first have a Storm card. I've had too many experiences where I try to force Storm by taking the rituals and then never get a Storm card and you just don't even have a deck. We haven't seen any Storm cards, though. We haven't seen anything that actually said... We've seen a bunch of, like, random rituals and Burgies or whatever, but we haven't seen anything that actually... Why is Bushwhack in this cube? We haven't seen anything that actually just says Storm. Yeah, like, blue-green... Blue-green is a good archetype. It's not Storm, though. Inkwell Leviathan could maybe work in this deck. maybe we're not. Everyone wants to. Oh, really? I mean, we'll do it if you want. Do you just want to start taking random rituals and see what happens? We could build a good artifact deck. If we just start taking rituals, our odds of having a good deck is... Okay, Expansion Explosion could work in Storm, and it could be fine in other decks. How about that? How about a nice little middle of the road pick there? Because you could use this to copy something during your Storm turn. It's also possible that it's just like a finisher in a ramp deck. Probably just, I mean, it's either Port or maybe Breeding Pool. I do like Simic. Simic's good. Simic can do some stuff in Storm too. Yeah, that's a plan. Make sure that neither side is actually happy. We still have not seen a card that says Storm on it. There's just such a big risk that you're like, oh, I'm going to take Goblin Electromancer. We're just going to take a Signet. Signet's fine in Storm too. There's just so much risk. Maybe this is a Sensei's Divining top deck, actually. You know what? Let's take top. It is an artifact. Like, when you have Tolarian Academy, any artifact goes way up in value. Oh, chat! Chat! This is the turn that determines it. So, if we're going to be an artifact deck, Everflowing Chalice is the correct pick. And it would be so good in this deck. It is just the correct pick. But if we're trying to force Storm, all right, everyone's saying artifact. We'll take the artifact. I mean, this could even be a Tanglewire deck. Maybe the Force Storm Dream just isn't happening tonight. Maybe that means we got to do another Vintage Cube. Tanglewire can be good in an artifact deck. I don't know. Maybe we're mono blue. We could be mono blue. All right, let's take Tanglewire. Yeah, we just haven't really seen any of the pieces for an actual Storm deck. Wow, none of this stuff does anything for us. None of these are artifacts. None of these make artifacts. I guess we'll take Grist, because Grist is cool. Literally would have gotten Electromancer into Past in Flames into Wish. Wow, that's a late Tree Speaker. You know what? Let's take that. Maybe we're just making all the mana. That's true. We could have gotten a bunch of those, like, pieces that could be good in a Storm deck. Still, we're a whole pack in, and we have not seen a Storm card that can win the game. Well, this pack is a little bit, not great. This pack's actually kind of bad. We have a new donation from Very Itchy Sphincter, $20 donation. Hey Seth, I'm sitting here with your stream with my new daughter, Olivia. I want to say Merry Christmas and thank you for all your years of positivity and great content. P.S. Olive is... Olive, new daughter Olive. Wow. Wait, I'm honored. P.S. Olive is constipated and could use some hideous laughter to scare out the poop. Well, my hi-hoo. Thank you so much for the donation, and hello, Olive. Have a wonderful holiday season. Mine says Ire technically is a Storm. All right, we'll take Fractured Identity. Ooh, Urza is absurd in an artifact. Oh, and a Blightsteel too. Man, if we can get we're going to take the Urza. Urza is just so busted. Okay, we're going to make lots of mana. We could still be a Storm deck. It is not impossible that this leads to us being a Storm deck. We have still not seen any of the Storm cards that can win the game. That's still not something we've seen, but we could. Oh, I think this is a Snap Pick. It's an artifact that lets us recast Time Walk. That seems... Snapcasters go up in value when you have a Time Walk. Karakas is also a pretty good off-color land. Normally I don't like Proxy, but this is... If there was ever a deck for Proxy to be good, it is exactly this deck. This deck could use some wheels. Like, Artifact does kind of work with Storm, because you kind of want the wheels. You want to dump your hand of Mana Rocks, then you play the wheels, then you refuel, and that can just build into a Storm kill. So we're not completely off the Storm plan yet. So I think it's either Spellseeker or... me, hi, who? Spellseeker is a signet. I'm almost wondering if signet's just better with what we have so far. Yeah, I think we actually just take signet. We want the, oh my goodness, okay. Well, maybe we just try to take all the turns. Time warp, like 2.5 times the cost of time walk, but that still might be fine. There's not much else here for us. We could take a silver seraph, I guess, but that's not the kind of artifact we're really looking for. Ooh, basalt monolith. Well, we definitely need some big mana stuff. We need some big payoffs. We need some big mana payoffs. Right now, what do we have to finish the game? We have expansion explosion, essentially. Well, we're going to take basalt monolith. We're going to have a lot of mana. Just what do we do with it? What do we do with the manas? Well, they're technically a storm card. It does say storm. LED's so incredibly hard to use. I think unless you really have a way to use LED, Basalt Monolith, it's a little slower, but probably worth it. I don't know if we play any of these cards. Gilded Drake can be funny in the right matchup. We haven't played against anyone like Emrakuling or anything, but it would be kind of funny. Someone Emrakles off show and tell, and you just get them like Legacy. All right, Frantic Search, we'll put that in the maybe pile. I guess Ballista's kind of a finisher. I mean, if you really think about it, it's basically Grape Shot. It's kind of a storm card. Mind's Desire's fun, but it's still not a storm card that wins you the game. At least not in the sense of like a Tendrils or something. It's a good card draw storm card. It might, I mean, we're going to take it. There's not much else in this bag. I don't know if he played or not, but we will take, oh boy, Carrick? What does Carrick do? Counters our counter spells, counters our extra turn spells. Boy, but if we high roll with Time Walk, maybe we actually, you know what, that's actually kind of funny. Let's take it. With the extra turn spells and the amount of mana this deck can make, it might just be worth it. Because we can, wow, green is open, isn't it? Yeah. If we lose, we recast it. If we win, we get 2 extra turn spells. That seems good. Let's take Jackal Hops. Jackal Hops. Take Eidolon. Bazaar might be the biggest trap card. I don't know if I've ever built a good Vintage Cube deck with Bazaar, including like Reanimator and Dredge. It's just never as good as it sounds. Every time you think it's going to be good, and every time it's not good. All right, so maybe we want some red mana then. Carrick seems good, and Expansion Explosion's good. We do have a Is It Signet, which is a start. So Carrick, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, flip a coin. If you lose, bounce it to your hand. If you win, copy the spell, choose new targets for the copy. So that means with something like Time Walk, if we lose, we just can recast it again anyway. Well, we're going to take Mana Tithe on principle. If we lose, we can recast it anyway because it's cheap. If we win, that's excellent. And we get 2 extra. Oh my. That's a balance. Balance is actually really good in decks like this. If we have artifact mana and don't need many lands, we can just dump our hand in balance. What deck did Reed play Bazaar in? Okay, so what do we have outside of balance? Mystic Confluence, another counter spell. Could take like an Arid Mesa. We'd rather have blue fetch lands, but I don't think we have enough creatures for Skull Clamp. Balance is the highest upside pick, and we do have Fractured Identity. You know what? I'm going to take Balance. I think I've sold myself on trying to balance. Oh! Mana Crypt. Well, yep, we will take Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt not quite on the level of something like Soul Ring, because you can kill yourself with it in a 20 life format, but I mean, Wow, I would like to echo the Eons too. A wheel would actually be super good. Take it, buddy. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank ya. Well, Seachrome Coast probably. Demonic Tutor's busted, but we can't. I don't think we can go 5 colors. Yeah, that is a thing that happens in 20 life formats. You do sometimes just die. Yeah, I think we need fixing. Yeah, I don't think we're interested in trying to upgrade servos to thopters to constructs. Definitely, actually, limited is the one format where Sword of Body and Mind's actually pretty good. Refresh, Magic, Mega Magikarp. Cohesive Portal. I mean, draw an extra card every turn is pretty good. Lodestone Golem actually might be good in this deck. I am a little worried that we just dump our hand and run out of action. I guess we have Urza to spin with. It might just be Portal. I like Fencer too. Portal. Porcelain Legionnaire is a little bit down the list. Lodestone Golem. Actually, maybe we take Portal and then take the Portal and get the Golem on the wheel. Who else is gonna play Lodestone Golem? Not many people. Hopefully. Does this Triome help us? Blue red, close enough. Oh, see, we finally found a storm card. Also, iconic Ignite Memories. Maybe we can still, we might still be able to storm. Just a little. We might be able to just do a little bit of storming. Hullbreaker is probably absurd in this deck, actually. Ooh, can we smokestack? We can get it down pretty quick. What do we have to sacrifice? Smokestack Time Walk is kind of not a combo, come to think of it. On second thought. All right, we'll just keep taking more. You never have too much mana in a deck like this. Yeah, I don't think we can smokestack in this deck. Ooh, Grisholbrand. Oh, Metalworker. Wow, can this deck make mana? I don't know what we're going to do with that mana, but golly, can we make it? Red Blast. Can we do anything with this fetch land? Not real. Well, actually, no, that's fine just getting basics, isn't it? Oh, Karn? Oh, Echo the... Oh, all these cards are good. Chat, I don't know what we take here. All these cards are so good. Coalition Relic is good. Karn is good. Batterskull's good. Echo the Eons is our refill the hand card. All of these are very good. Karn. We have so much mana. All right, we'll take the Karn. We got nothing to do with this Forge Master. Although we could Ravages. Yeah, that pack was ridiculous. Ooh, all right, Lodestone came back. That's good. I mean, I actually kind of like this deck. It's not Storm, but this deck looks like it could be pretty powerful. Yeah, we could probably win with Helix Pinnacle in this deck. All right, what are we cutting this time? Actually, maybe we don't got to cut that much because we have how many fast mana spells do we have? Quite a few. Oh, we definitely are going to make mana. Okay, we have quite a few mana spells. Top, I think, is staying. We're going to take Ignite Memories as our meme. See, I told you we'd be Storm. Chat. I told you. Jaguar, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Taking Carrick out? I mean, we could be 2-color. I guess is possible. Be either cut the white cards or the red cards. So Carrick is bad with counter spells, good with extra turn spells. And our deck has kind of an even mix. Okay, so, I mean, probably not actually putting Ignite Memories in the main, but we could sideboard that in and try to get the Storm kill. Or low roll. Cut Balance? Oh, Balance is so busted. That's just a busted card. I mean, so one option, we could just cut the red cards. How How in love are we with Carrick? Do we need to play Carrick? We could cut those cards and have this just essentially be a deck. I think the white cards are definitely more consistent. Like, this is probably the build. 16 lands is a bit greedy. We have a lot of things that make mana though. Carrick makes the deck times 10 more fun. I mean, and we can play Carrick still. It is fun. I don't know about Frantic Search. Is Frantic Search even good? What synergy does Frantic Search have in our deck? Is just filters. I guess it untaps Tolarian Academy. All right, let's cut Frantic Search. So Arcane Proxy is basically just to recast Time Walk, which I think is enough. Like, I would also Balance, I guess, could be good. 1741. We could go 1741. Monolith is not insane. That's true. Although just ramping into Hullbreak or Karn or something is pretty good. And it's an artifact. I mean, let's play. We can play 41. 41 card special. Yeah, something like that and just go 41. We need a lot of islands. 16. Sharks keep moving. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 16 lands is fine, is it? Oh, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how to balance. I think balance is just like busted, like pretty much literally busted. You know, we'll just add one more island. Let's go 41. Let's go 1741. Here we go. Here we go. We do a Mana Crypt. I guess that's kind of like a colorless land. All right, you convinced me. 16. How about that? 16 lands. No fear. No fear. Wait, 17. Okay, 1741. All right, we'll try it like this. We're good. I think we're good. We got Tolarian Academy. That's like 10 lands. Oh, actually, wait. Where's our... Tolarian Academy doesn't make mana on turn 1, though. All right, back to 17. So we have Mana Crypt, which is like an extra bonus land. But then we have Tolarian Academy, which isn't necessarily a land. Oh, yeah. Carrick... I have no idea what Carrick's going to do in this deck. How do you configure the default lands when clicking Add Basic Lands? Like what style of land? What version or set? There's not a way to do that as far as I know. Yeah, I think we got to go 17 here. Oh, balance is so busted. Mana Tithe, I think, is our secret sideboard tech. We bring it in and get them. Actually, really, Mana Tithe in decks that have blue mana is a lot worse. I don't like Mana Tithe in blue decks that much, just because people expect counters against blue decks and play around them. I will go down swinging with Carrick. If we lose because of Carrick, we'll take it. At least we'll die in a funny way. Opponent. What is the full name of Carrick? Basically, Carrick is a 2-drop that is when you cast a spell, you flip a coin. If you win, you copy the spell. If you lose, you bounce the spell back to your hand. So it will be interesting if we draw it. Really good with Time Walk. Pretty risky with the rest of our deck. Pretty risky. Oh, now we got Carrick. Okay, well, we will see. We will see how good Carrick is. It is in our opening hand. This hand's fine-ish. Thran Dynamo, Carrick Time Warp. Here we go. The problem that we did not consider is I am very bad at winning coin flips. Traditionally, lifetime coin flip win rate is very low. Opponent, Mana Vault. Aggressive mulligans to get that fast mana. Well, okay. Forcible is actually pretty good. This means if our opponent's mulliganing into something that refills their hand, we can counter it. Kirk. How are you supposed to say it? Not like I'm saying it. We corn flip with our Kirk. Kirk. About it, man. A vaulting. Oh, if they tinker set, yeah, that would be the blowout. Unless they force us back. Then I hope they don't tinker here. Horizon Canopy. I mean, even if they just tap the mana vault. Golos. Yeah, I mean, pitching next to turn spell is kind of a bummer, but I think this is worth it. Opponent can't even untap their mana vault for several turns, and now we Kirk them. Kirk. Super good with our cryptic command. This is gonna be wonderful. Oh. I don't even know if it's good here. Oh, it's so bad with the cryptic. Oh, opponent's also trying to Tolarian Academy. I see you. Well, hopefully we draw land. That would be sweet. Well, Goblin Beatdown. Boom. 16. Take it. Actually even faster than a 10 turn clock because our opponent's taking mana vault damage here. Will we ever do another Sethman's pronunciation video? Yes, it's something I really want to. So the challenge I run into, you know what I might do? Tell me if you would be interested in this. Is there, what I need, and I don't know how to make this happen, but what I need is somehow to go back and watch, like, the old content. Wow, opponent's deck is oddly similar to ours. Need to go back and watch the old content to find... Land, please. Land, please. All right, we do draw the land. Need to go back and watch the old content to find some of the mispronunciations in some of the other moments. That's the sticking point. Because there's just so many videos and so much content that it's almost impossible to actually go back and do it. Almost impossible to go back and do it on my own. Like, it would just take a year. So I think what I gotta do is like get a Google Doc going and have it be so people can just like watch an episode and add the mispronunciations or punts or whatever. I would almost, yeah, like if we could get every person to watch one episode, I think we could do it in an evening essentially. Like if everyone just watched one episode and wrote down all of my mistakes, we could make a great video out of that. So that might be the way to do it actually, I think. So wait, we probably don't want everything blown up here. I'm skeptical of our buddy Carrick with this cryptic command in hand. Kind of was hoping to do cryptic command things, but so Carnage or Homage. Well, yes, you get to draw cards. Enjoy your card drawing, opponent. How does a goblin work? When we cast a spell, we flip a coin. If we win the flip, life is good. If we lose the flip, we're very sad. Oh, is it even worth leaving up cryptic? I'm so confused. All right, Thran Dynamo. Basalt Monolith. But basically, if we win the flip, we get to copy the spell. If we lose the flip, it gets bounced back to our hand. It's actually kind of losing us the game here. Potentially. Because it's basically, it's really bad with counters. It's really good with our extra turn spells, but it's really bad. It's really bad with counters because you want your counters to actually resolve for sure. In getting 2 of a counter is not really all that valuable. Well, let's see what our opponent has. So if we didn't have Carrick on the battlefield, we probably would have just left up Cryptic and been more or less guaranteed to win. As it is, we did not do that and are perhaps losing. So opponent blows up all of our mana. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, opponent has 1 card. They're drawing 2 cards a turn. We can't quite hit for lethal. Well, Everflowing Chalice, X0. Oh, we can't lethal Ballista without lands, can we? We can Ballista for 2? Spin. I mean, so we got 2 options. One is we play Ballista. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, maybe. Yeah. For some reason, I was counting these as 1 mana with Urza, but no, they tap for way more mana. Oh, yeah, I guess we're actually likely to win, aren't we? Okay, maybe we don't have to do the risky play. We're actually, what, 1 mana short of just straight up lethal, but this still should be lethal. So we Walking Ballista. Our opponent could have a counter. They could have a counter. That's a thing they could have. Walking Ballista X4. Is your last card a counter? No. Oh, okay. We survived our Kirk. Opponent's deck is kind of scary. Opponent's deck is doing a lot of the things that we're doing, except they drew their Academy and we didn't. Yeah. Is this a Mana Tithe matchup? We have the Force, though. The Force really saved us there. Oh, Carrick is so risky in this deck. I mean, Carrick is really good with their extra turn spells. It's just like inconsistent, I would say. It really depends on the spell. If you see Carrick decks in other formats, they're usually like Storm decks, which is where they're really good. You cast your Dark Ritual. If it gets bounced, whatever, you cast it again, because eventually it's going to copy and then you're going to make more. You're going to make up for it. Like, it is a net positive overall. The problem is it just doesn't work well with. It just doesn't work well with counter spells in specific. Like, counter spells are the bad news. Opponent attempting to skip their turn. Island passes. Ooh, good at drawing the Force. No blue card, though. Opponent untaps Island and passes. Ooh, Revoker could be good eventually. Well, let's Everflowing Chalice. Kick it. Pass the turn. Who's got the mana now, opponent? Carrick. Crack. Carrick. Words were the ooh, Ancestral, eh? That's not bad. That's not bad for our opponent. Pretty good, actually. Well, land. And Thran Dynamo. And Sensei's Divining Top. And activate Sensei's Divining Top. Ooh, balance. Does balance do anything here? Not really. Well, sort of. Not really. All right, put him back. Pass the turn. Like, yeah, there shouldn't be 2 consonants and then a vowel. When that happens, my brain just does not do what it's supposed to do with pronunciations. I mean, I guess my brain doesn't do that in a lot of situations, but that's the That's a big one. That's a big one. Correct. Correct. Like, KR, those two sounds are not supposed to go together. Ooh, Urza Saga. That's a... Ooh, Revoker's good against that, isn't it? Basalt Monolith. All right, so opponent is also kind of going off. Do we stop the Saga, or do we... Oh, we can't name a land, so we're stopping the Monolith. All right, well, Mana Crypt, step 1. Revoker on Monolith, step 2. Name Basalt Monolith. Pass the turn, make our opponent use their floating mana. Okay. Oh, should we just balance? We should probably just balance here, right? Play the land. Play the portal. Take the balance. Oh, this is brutal for our opponent. Draw the balance. Play the balance. How would you like to discard 5 cards, opponent? Oh, yes. Oh, balance. Even in this case, which is like kind of the floor on balance, it's so good. Opponent discarded all those cards they drew. We pass the turn. Opponent. Urza Saga doing its thing and getting in for one. Oh, Kiker looks really strong, Doug. It looks super good. Opponent hits us. Passes. Well, okay. We would not like to blow up the board. Yeah, Kiker, it almost looks CEDH worthy. Like on that level. Heads, please? All right, well, we take 3. We draw the land. Sensei's Divining Top. And activate. Actually, All right, activate the top. See what we can find. Oh, God. Those are not great cards. All right, Island. Go. Opponent gets to start making big constructs, too. Oh, this might actually... Are we in trouble? Are we in trouble here? Opponent makes a 2/2 that's about to grow. We got all mana on the top of our deck. We might be in trouble. Opponent, another huge construct. Tutor something up. Yeah, we got a lot of nothing on the top of our deck. Wait, is there any way we can blow up the board with this? If Carnage gets the most votes... Yeah, so it's not ever going to happen unless our opponent wants it to. Opponent gets a Mox. I mean, we do have the Force, so we can counter. We can counter something. Oh, yeah, like, that's worth it. That's even more constructs. We can't have that. Still taking a huge beat down here. Opponent hits us. Down to 10. We need something, and we need it soon. These lands on the top of our deck not looking great. About it. Passes. Oh, come on, Mana Crypt. Stop killing us, please. Yeah, let's draw. Let's draw a card. We'd rather draw die drawing, I think. Heads. Okay, we want to flip. So we draw land. I mean, thankfully this top does let us see 2 new cards. Oh. Oh. That changes things. Okay. So. Huh, do we just have to do it now, I guess? So draw. Yeah, let's draw. Hullbreaker. Play Hullbreaker. Play a Signet. And opponent scoops it up. Okay. Well, we didn't actually Kirk them, but that was actually pretty impressive. We won the Artifact War. Urza Saga would be really good in our deck. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I think this deck's actually pretty strong. I think we drafted a good one. Not sure about the Carrick. Other than the Carrick, I think the deck's pretty strong, but maybe the Carrick's actually pretty good too. Why have they not added the Power 9 to Arena's Cube? Yeah, Hullbreaker with Sensei's Mighty Top. Not bad. Seems like you do well with limited when I watch. Do you feel like you have a good grip on limited play? I always find it impressive. I mean, I feel like limited plays to my strengths as a Magic player. Honestly, I think I'm probably better at limited than constructed overall, but I think limited just plays to my strength. Because if you think about it, constructed... Oh, we got the Academy. Constructed, especially in this day and age, is so much just based on the gameplay itself, because so many people are just playing whatever the tier deck is that was at a pro tour or they saw online somewhere. So yes, deck building is still a skill in constructed, but a lot of times you're playing against people who haven't really deck built at all. They're just like tuning or playing a deck that they like from someone else. So I think that Unlimited, it basically makes you brew because you have to draft and you have to build the deck out of the cards you drafted. So I think for me, it actually ends up being a positive overall because I think that brewing is one of the things I'm strongest at. So in constructed, you can be a brewer competing against I don't want to say it this way because it's going to sound like a negative, but it's not. But a brewer competing against a net decker, you're competing against someone who has a pro tour deck and you're trying to play a brew. In limited, everyone's got a brew, so it's kind of like even footing there, if that makes sense. So that's always how I have thought about it, at least. Also, so it's 1,000,000% clear, I'm a big supporter of net decking. I love playing other people's decks, so I hate even using that term because I think it has a negative connotation to it. But yes, in that context, I'm not using it negatively. Yeah, I mean, that's part of what... Oh, wow, it's actually... I don't know about Lotus pedaling out of Skyclave, but it's actually going to be insane here because our Tolarian Academy doesn't make mana. Maybe we should have pitched the Time Warp. That might have been a necessary evil with how this is shaping up. Okay, or we draw Mana Crypt and life is fine. Mana Crypt. Tolarian Academy. Let's play a Lodestone Golem. And your go opponent. How do you like us now? Yeah, that was even cashed in a Lotus Petal for it, and wow, that our Mana Crypt draw really made that backfire pretty badly. Winds of Abandon. Okay, well, we will get gotta get the mountain for the Kirk. How close are we to Karning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we draw land, we just get to Karn. That would be decent. Please don't kill it. I guess we can Time Warp to try to hit the land if we don't. Ooh. Alright, well. This isn't how we want to do this, but take an extra turn. Untap. Spin our Mana Crypt. Switch it up with Tails. Lose. All right, there's a land, so play the Karn. I mean, this has got to be enough, right? This is a Karn. This is a Karn. What are we doing with the Karn is the real question. Do we attack hand? Do we start eating stuff? This is going to make a 0-0. I don't even know what to go after here. Gotta hit the student. This can level up to a 3-3. If our opponent spends the turn leveling up, it's not that bad. We gotta be conscious of our mana creep too. So we tick down to 3. This hits to 1. Opponent follows up with who knows what. Unfortunately, this can't quite flash back the time warp. I think we actually tick up. I don't know if this is right or not. This is all super close in a bunch of different ways. But I think we just attack the hand. We go up to 10. My fear is, so if we tick down and then our opponent plays something even more busted, we're not going to be able to Karn it next turn. So if we tick up here, if they level up, that's fine, whatever. We can tick down next turn and leave up force. Yeah, proxy being a 5-4 would make it so much stronger. All right, so opponent's going to go on the level up plan. 5 damage on board. Goes to combat. What are we going after? Drawing a blue card would be decent. All right, opponent's actually going to try to fight through the Karn. Okay. Well, that's good. That means our life total is not dropping. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. I was tuned out for a minute, worried about someone committing murder against a kid or something. Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Magikarp. Heads. Okay, we win the flip. We draw a Triumph. Now, Karn. Eat the student of warfare. So if we play this, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so play proxy as a prototype. Pass the turn. We might be okay here. We might be okay. If they have something good, we can force it. Karn, I guess Karn does die. If they attack both and eat the Lotus Petal, it does die, but still not bad, not bad. I mean, that would still be a pretty good Karn. We'd have our opponent down to a single creature and empty-handed. I think that's still not bad. So opponent, gonna eat the Time Warp. And we can cycle the Triumph too to try to hit something. We do have some good cards in our deck. If we can find our Kirk, look out world. All right, there's the Lotus Petal. So I assume they just both slam into Karn? Yep. If we block, we do lose the ability to force, but I think it's worth it. All right. Kill the Lion Sash while we can. And opponent passes. We'll cycle the Triumph. Signet. Oh no. Is this the game where we die to our mana crypt? Okay, down to 10. Revoker. Well, Revoker on Caracas. Actually, Caracas. Oh, we can't name Caracas. Elspeth. How about Elspeth? Let's go Elspeth. I don't know if it really matters. I feel like no matter what our opponent does, we're just going to counter it. But, well, Signet, go. Can we... Yeah, for some reason, I keep forgetting that Revoker... It can shut down mana, it just can't shut down lands. Pithing Needle can't shut down mana, but can name lands? Crackus. I got... Now that I'm used to saying Croc, we're stuck on that, no matter what the card is. Blades Placer, yeah, I mean, that's... Blades Placer is not absurd, but considering we're dying to our Mana Crypt, it's scary enough here that we gotta force of will it about it. Come on, deck. Something big. Something big. Something good. Mana Crypt. Killing us. Okay, we win that flip. That 17th land coming back to bite us past the turn. About it. Yeah, that's where it lives, I think, right? This is the home of the crack. Found it. Swinging. Top card. Well, let's land out of the way. We'll kill the Skyclave. Watch our opponent actually have Elspeth. Watch it actually be doing something. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. We're running out of time. Heads. Oh, my goodness, down to 5. Oh, no, and we're so dead. Oh, we're so dead. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Who said 16 lands? Whoever said 16 lands, I think, is the winner. Oh, on it, devs. I figured out there was a card named Student of Warfare. Oh. Oh, Luris. Yeah, Student of Warfare. We did have to kill the Student of Warfare. Although in our defense it was kind of killing us. The Student of Warfare started it, really. Yeah, I don't know if there's a card in our deck that saves us from here. Wow, opponent's just playing aggro too. Top card. You guessed it, chat. You guessed it. Boom. Mana Crypt. Oh, we literally died. Okay. Wow. That was not a good Mana Crypt. That was not a good... Well, the problem is the Mana Crypt. I guess, like, balance plus not dying to Mana Crypt would have helped. Holy, it really is. 3. People are used to Mana Crypt in Commander, where it's just, like, all upside because you have 40 life. In 20 life formats, especially against aggro, it adds up. I mean, we're definitely not cutting it. It's unfortunate that we lost 9 life to it and died, but it's so funny. I wonder, it's so funny. You know the story of Mana Crypt, right? Where it was a book promo in the early 90s. They actually had promos that they gave away in books. So you buy the book and you get this exclusive card that, ooh, balance is gonna get them. You get this exclusive card that didn't exist anywhere else, and it's so funny because if you look at the cards, they're all like so bad. A 3-mana 2/2 Vigilance in red, a 3-mana 2/2. If it's assigned as a blocker, it gets +2/+2. And Giant Badger, Sewers of Estark. Also doesn't do much. Arena, like, I guess, is a land that fights. It's kind of like sort of okay. And then you got Mana Crypt, which is just like one of the most busted cards Wizards ever made. So you're just buying your books, and it's just so funny, the variance in power levels between the cards in the series. And then after Mana Crypt, everyone freaked out and they stopped doing it. But ooh, opponent. Ragavaning. Well, Seacrum Coast. We're going to go back to mana crypting ourselves. I think we're oddly going to run out this proxy. Yeah, Arcane Proxy is a little hit or miss in our deck, isn't it? There's actually not very many spells that it can flash back, but I really don't want to get snowballed by... We're playing Cube, but we don't want to get hit by the stupid monkey on turn 1 in Cube. Well, your go about it. Got to play Kalia last night. Turn 1 fetch into Trio Mana Crypt, into Talisman, into Mother of Runes. Oh, yeah, we had the Commander Clash game where Krim got to play... where Krim got to play Kalia kind of went like that. Just like fast mana into protection, into like what are you supposed to do? Well, do we take the Ragavan? Do we take the mom? Probably take the mom, I guess. Again, not super exciting, but... Yup. Exile your mom. Pass the turn. I mean, we're getting close to a Karn again. This time we might have to Karn our own Mana Crypt. I really don't want to lose to Mana Crypt again. Get the monkey. Yeah. Maybe it's worth taking the monkey. The mom is kind of annoying, though. Opponent has so many creatures, and this is technically blue. As a Magic Online so gracefully points out, Proxy is blue. Arcane Proxy is blue. Really? Okay. Opponent's deck is not the kind of deck that I would play Balance in, but fair enough, I guess. So this is Balance. We lose a creature in a land and they discard a card? All right, sure. We'll keep your mom. Caracas can actually save the Ragavan, I guess. If you're playing what you're playing Balance. Really, is Balance worth it in aggro? I've never really thought of it as a card that would be good in aggro, but I think we block if they attack here. Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth it. I really don't want to get hit by the monkey, so sure. I guess they can bounce it if they want to. Maybe that's what they're playing for. I played a White Weenie old school. Different, but still very good. Interesting. I'll have to try it in aggro more. I usually play it in fast mana decks or control decks, but... Wow, okay, opponent is going to... So I guess it was kind of a free roll. They're just hoping we wouldn't block. Well, okay, Mana Crypt heads. Oh my goodness, lost a flip again. Okay, planes go. That's 6 life. Hey, what's up, peace and love? We are so dying to this Mana Crypt. We are so dying to this Mana Crypt again. I wish this Mana Crypt was my mom. Oh, come on now, Magic Gods. About it. Ragavan returns. Selfless Spirit. Well, Balance doesn't really care about that. About it passes. Okay, heads. Heads. If we keep picking the same thing, it's going to start working. Oh my goodness. Okay. The keep picking the same thing theory has failed us yet again. All right, play the land pass. 9! We've taken 9! Oh no. And then this 2 means 9 more from Mana Crypt gets us. Found it. Land. And Solitude. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we save it is the question. I mean, probably. All right, pro white. We take 4. Opponent hits us with Ragavan, gets a treasure. We could have let it go in balance, but then we'd have to discard Karn, which would be bad. Ragavan steals. Well, Force of Will wasn't going to do much here. Oh, this Mana Crypt really needs to cut it out, though. Hey, we finally won a flip. There's our buddy Kirk. Down to 6. Sketchy life total. Sketchy life total in a world of Mana Crypts. Karn. Eat the Selfless Spirit. Pass the turn. Opponent. That's what happens when you forget Tails never fails. Maybe that's the problem. We've just been going with heads. And heads has been failing a lot. So maybe we got to switch it up with Tails, because Tails less likely to fail. Opponent planes, but they do have a redraw on the Sunbaked Canyon. Goes to combat. How are we attacking? Face and face. Well, okay, block here. Pro white. Actually, maybe we let this die. It might just be balance time. Yeah. All right, let it die. Opponent, what do they steal? We dropped to 4. They steal a... Ooh, Tolarian Academy. All right. And opponent passes. Mana Crypt. Tails never fails. I trust you, chat. Okay. It did not fail this time. Oh, and an Urza. Well, now maybe we actually just try to play Magic. We might be able... Urza plus Kirk might be enough. So Urza... I mean, we can block at least. It's okay. It's okay, Bearby. It's okay. You can go out in a minute. Opponent bounces the Urza. Sure. We still get the construct, though. Carrick. Eat the... Do we have to eat the Mana Crypt? Is that our only option? Is that our only option? Is that what we gotta do? Then they bounce Carrick. We block here. Oh my goodness, that's so bad. Oh no! Bear. I blame the barking. I blame the barking. Bear, why'd you do that, buddy? You know better. You know better than that, Bear. Bear ate the signet. Oh, that was actually me. That was me. In case you didn't realize that, it wasn't actually Bear. It was a pun. Oh, all right. One last round of our holiday stream, and we got in 2 drafts. We almost did it. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there. It was a tasty signet. All right. An opponent has been found. Can Carrick do something? One One time. Can Carrick just once in its life be a good Magic card? Actually, so Carrick's just a meme, right? Where does Carrick see competitive play? Just CDH? I'm gonna have to look at a Carrick CDH deck list. I know that's the one format where I've actually heard about it seeing play. But I'm really not. CDH, yeah. No one's figured out how to do it in Legacy or anything yet. Oh my goodness. And we run into the mono red player. Mono red, so like I get it. If you're trying to like grind Vintage Cube to get a collection or something, I can see the appeal of it. It's a pretty good deck. On the other hand, it is, I think, the boringest cube deck you can draft. It's literally just take the most efficient red card every pack and hope for the best. CDH with Sakashima. Opponent gonna do some bonded currying. So it's kind of a... Oh, so it's basically just a straight up Storm deck? That makes sense. That's where Carrick seems to make the most sense to me. Well, play the land, run out, I guess, this Cohesive Portal. We'll see. Opponent's off to a little bit of a fast start over there, though. A bit of a fast start. Yeah, it seems to synergize best with Rituals. Oh, really? There's an app for flips? Oh, I guess if you have Sakashima countering Carrick, then it probably gets even more ridiculous. Oh, no, that actually... Wait, so if you have two Carricks, thanks to Sakashima... Sure, that's fine. That's fine. Perfectly acceptable. So Fear, this is literally the... I really want to win this cube draft deck. So Fear Vortex is one of the best cards in mono red, though. No life gain and 2 damage a turn. This Tangle Wire not looking great. I mean, Lodestone Golem would have been looking great had it come down before we were already so far behind. Huh, yeah, this deck has been way less explosive than I was expecting, sadly. So wait, if you have 2 copies of Carrick, you get true triggers each spell. But what I was really wondering, so you cast a spell. Are you hoping to lose one of the flips? Because if you lose, it's bounced back to your hand. So if you cast it, win the first one, you end up with 2 copies of the spell, thanks to Carrick. But then you lose the second one, it goes back to your hand. So then you like kind of go infinite. Okay, that makes a ton of... 2 Carricks actually seems kind of insane, because then you can keep casting the same spell over and over again. That seems really good. That reminds me, there was... I don't know if any of you are renowned from this. Does anyone remember the Dark Ritual Yawgmoth's Will combo deck? Opponent. Yeah, and then with the Bonded Courier. I mean, we're going to attempt to block. We would hope our Lodestone lives. There was a... That was right around the 6th edition rules errata, and there was like some weird quirk with the rules for Yawgwill that like made it a triggered ability, like mistakenly. I don't believe there's shock in Vintage Cube. Retrofitters, okay. Well, opponent passes. We drop to 13. We draw an extra card. Ooh. Time Walk is interesting. I'll play the land. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent. Okay, makes a 1/1. I think this is mostly fine. So opponent blocks. We Time Walk to get an extra turn. And then Metalworker. Untap. Draw an extra card. Lose some life. Ooh, Hullbreaker. Well, go to combat. Hit ya. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, so we can't actually cast anything with the Hullbreaker. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so apparently there was a deck where, because of a rules quirk, for a short period of time, where players were going infinite with Yagwil and Dark Ritual, because the way the rules were worded at the time, I think we just got to pass. The way the rules were worded at the time, Yagwil exiled as a triggered ability, from my understanding of it. So the Dark Ritual would go back to the graveyard. Well, this is going to be kind of a blowout, isn't it? An opponent going to equip. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. So we will block. We will make mana. Reveal the Tangle Wire. Hullbreaker. And that's probably game, right? That looks pretty lethal to me. Opponent. Are you dead? We get pinged. And opponent scoops. Wow, we overcame Mono Red. If there was ever a matchup, you know what, we're doing it. If there was ever a matchup for Mana Tide that's this one, and we're going down the Tangle Wire, and we're running it like that, and we're getting the 2-in-1 with the Surprise Kraken. Foot Nipple, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. Ooh. Ooh. Actually, is this hand even good? We're going to keep it, though. I like the Sensei's Divining Top, and I like the Time Walk. The Time Walk could be good eventually. Opponent, mountain, and passes. Well, land, and Sensei's Divining Top. Go. Opponent. Oh, they got black mana, too? Ooh, Looter Scooter. Sure. Well, let's kick a Chalice. And pass the turd. Okay. Time Walk would be good. Or Tolarian Academy would be good. Eidolon to crew the Looter Scooter. Eidolon's kind of obnoxious. Opponent gets in loots. Sure. Discards a mountain. Well, we gotta hit at least a land, I think. PB Guy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. Oh. How much do we want to kill ourselves? So we Time Walk, Signet Time Walk into Arcane Proxy. Oh, this Eidolon's a problem. We'd be in really good shape if it wasn't for the Eidolon. What do we do to fight through the Eidolon, though? That's the real question. Could be a big ballista. Yeah, that might be what we're heading for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Let's just do it this way, I think. Let's untap. Let's play Metalworker. Drop to 15. Play the Arid Mesa, pass the turn. If we get to untap, I think we can win. Whether or not we actually get to untap is very unclear at this point. We need the Metalworker to live. We really need the Metalworker to live. If Metalworker lives, then Ballista solves all of life's problems. Has anyone noticed a Moto bug where modal cards... Okay, Bloodthirsty Adversary, just as a haster. Yep. Do they have removal? Where modal cards, where cards become the modes in the graveyard. I have not noticed that. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. So we're taking 7. But we're going to untap with a lot of mana. Opponent hits us. So we basically just got to win the game this turn cycle. Discards a Foundry. We drop to 7. Is it possible? We drop to 8. So we untap. We draw the Mana Crypt. Well, we Metalworker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a ridiculous 8 mana. So we cast Ballista. X5. Oh, this works, I think. So Ballista X5. Cash in the top. Draw the proxy. Oh, this is actually kind of a sweet kill. Okay, Time Walk. Get an extra turn. Down to 5. We untap during our extra turn. Hit you with the Ballista. And then Arcane Proxy. I don't think we need to machine gun the board. I think we just win. Because now we can proxy back the Time Walk. Reveal everything. Make 10. Proxy. Might as well full price it, I guess. Proxy. Time Walk from the graveyard. Extra turn. And that's just lethal, right? I guess our opponent could have Fire Blast. And opponent scoops it up. And that was a nice little proxy turn. That was a good proxy turn. Oh. So what did we learn about Vintage Cube? And we learned it's super fun. We didn't manage to force store, but we did some really cool things. Got to see some Time Walks and some Black Lotuses and some pretty brutal punts. But I think that brings us to the end of our last holiday stream. So next week, not sure what the stream schedule is. Hopefully the normal time, but there's a chance I missed something with all the holiday craziness. But in the meantime, replay YouTube. Let me find the old streams. I gotta go take Bear out, see what he's barking at. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff coming up on there. One more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. And most importantly, Thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular. Thanks for hanging out this year. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, whatever y'all are doing. Enjoy it, love it, have a great time, and I will see you at some point next week. So until then, everyone, be amazing. I love y'all. Hey, thank you so much, Missing, and I will talk to you soon.